Hello. This is probably going to be the last episode of Disco Elysium, depending on how this will go. I plan to find our killer of the hangman, see what all characters in the game have to say about the mercenary tribunal that happened 2 days ago in this game, and if this gonna be very short, like the end game content that I have for today, then I am planning to retry the Morris quest. I felt like I have failed it, and maybe if I didn't choose to say about how love did him in, if I didn't do that, maybe I would get something more. I wanna check that. And potentially, I wanna maybe try doing this again, but while letting Kim to get shot. I'm not sure if he dies or not if you do that, but I'm curious what happens. Yeah, so maybe I will do it like this. One episode for my main ending and second episode for bonus stuff that I was just describing. It just depends on how much content I have left right now. Okay. Where is my gun? Okay. Kim should have spent my bullet, right? One bullet from my gun, but he didn't. Maybe he shot the pole behind him and then he compensated his bullet for mine. I mean, he put one more bullet from his stash, so I wouldn't lose one. I was very upset by the fact that I thought that I fucked up very badly. That's why I was mostly focused on how the tribunal went. I thought that there is an income where no one dies, and I was discussing about this with my friends, and apparently my outcome was the best one, basically. Well, I could have done a little bit better, but in terms of who died, my outcome was the best, and it's very surprising for me. So I guess the message of this game is that you want best outcomes, and a lot of times you don't get them no matter what. And that's just how life is. As someone who lives in a Slavic country, a post-Soviet one, yeah, I totally get where this game is coming from. Yeah, so despair. Probably shouldn't sprint, right? My leg is shot.
The machine is dead and silent. It needs serious maintenance before anyone can play again.
Did it broke when someone else played it on it, or did it break after me?
Master Investigator, you just can't keep yourself away from locked and hidden places, can you?
What do you mean?
Nothing. You're right. Get in there. Deep. Invade every personal space. Break every lock.
Hey, I'm not some sort of a peeper.
Sure, friend. This is nothing sordid. Nothing inappropriate. You just have to do this. It's your duty.
Huh. My savoir-faire was 0 or 1 the whole game, right? That's why I never got this skill check. Interesting. What is giving me savoir-faire right now? Ah, my pants, okay. Give me a new thought. The Jamrock Shuffle. Ah, it's the way of walking that Kim has mentioned. -1 is Esprit de Corps. By now it's clear you like to look inside containers. You like to open doors and see what is behind them. Maybe secrets. Maybe more juicy containers. Let's be honest, you like all containers. Trash cans, utensil trays, manholes, hot pockets. Secret containers left behind by the Philippine kings that hold forbidden relics. Okay, you haven't come across one of those yet, but one day. Wait, is that why you are so hell-bent on opening containers? Do you think you will find the Holy Scepter and the Orb de Montagne? Alright, let's talk to every NPC in this world.
Oh, you're up. It's good to see you back on your feet. Did you like your room? I cleaned it for you.
You did? I was too distracted to notice. It could have used more work. After all, I just took a bullet for this place. I did, thank you, big improvement.
You're welcome. I thought it would be nice for you to wake up in a clean place after you, let's be fair, defended this establishment and its clientele from gunfire.
I gained Garte's respect and I'm very glad for that I wasn't an ass to him. My playthrough probably was boring. I wasn't going for more risky, more funny options most of the time. I was just playing as a person that I would be if I was a cop in this world. At least a person that I would want to be. Who knows, maybe I would get corrupted and be a peon of La Puta Madre, who knows. But I do want to keep my dignity, so I'm happy with my result, that Kim is trusting me, and Titus actually, he was willing to protect me after I got shot. That was touching actually. I'm sad that I didn't comment on that immediately. It was something that I was thinking about after my last session. And also I must mention Kim's godly shot. Like when he said, God, please, and then he aimed at, what's his name? Root, I think. He shot him through his eye slit, right? On his helmet, so it was like a mail sword. Very tiny hole. Not tiny, thin hole. And I wasn't very surprised that he did that he managed to do that, to nail that shot. I guess game was setting you up for it to be surprising, because he didn't manage to shoot the rope from the hangman, and also he was mentioning how legally blind he is all the time, that he had to have a partner named Ice, which did his job of navigating, I guess, of seeing things from afar. But he still said that he somehow manages to clear shooting range practices by feel, not by seeing. So I had no doubt in my boy, and I wasn't very worried that he would die as well. I will be honest, I watched 2 reactions to the Mercenary Tribunal just to see how it went for other people, and they were so worried for Kim that, oh no, is he dead or not? The only time when I thought that, is he gonna die or not? When the game said the Poe disappeared, and so is Kim, and then the world disappears when you lose your consciousness. So I was worried a little bit that it was saying that Kim died and her too, and that would be very sad indeed, but it didn't bait you into thinking that he's really dead for a long period. Just 20 seconds later of text reading, and you see that Kim is fine. So to me, it didn't have enough of time to sink in that he might be dead. He might be dead. I didn't even really think about that. I was, yeah. But I think I did say that I did not dodge the final shot from Cortinaire because I was worried that it would hit Kim instead. My chances of dodging were minimal. So yeah, that's why I just said, fucking get me. I'm eating this bullet.
I give credit where credit is due, and that was a crazy move. Crazy effective. Petroleum bomb. Never seen anything like that. I was there until it struck him. Crawled inside then. Bullets started flying. Anyway.
Okay, so he saw me throwing the spirit bomb. Oh, okay. I praise my beautiful necktie, and I want to say one more thing about it. That its story about how Harry found it and bought it, how he tried it on and was like, this doesn't fit me. But he was also very sad while doing that, and I guess he bought it right after he was dumped by his ex-wife, and I thought Necktie's story was beautiful, as the necktie was itself, and even though it was encouraging Harry to drink, you still need to realize that Necktie was not a person. It was just a projection of Harry's alcoholism. So I don't blame Necktie for encouraging me to try to drink. I rejected it for most of the game, but when it was saying about don't take me off until you see the magic happen, and it was setting up me for this defense mechanism that Spirit Bond was. So it was a great payoff. I really liked that.
He really wants you to realize that he was also on the balcony looking by, in the danger zone, so to say.
I wish you a quick recovery. Also, you and your partner are staying here free now. This establishment supports cops. The stay is free, the drinks are not. Just felt I needed to specify that.
Where did everyone go?
Oh, you know, people don't tend to stick around after shootouts. Turns out they're not good for business.
Oh no, DCA curse. This shootout happened right between DCA and Whirling in Rags, which is a part of DCA. Fuck. Something is wrong, clearly. Maybe the curse of the pale origin point is real. Well, I knew it was real, but not to this extent. What happened to the man with the sunglasses?
I don't remember everyone who comes here, and many people wear sunglasses inside lately. Must be a fad.
Ah, you mean Jean. Okay, so I have to mention, when it happened, you were right out there on the balcony.
Yeah, I was, yeah. That's because I'm a badass.
Well, you have a hell of a story to tell Sylvie too.
It really took courage. Don't pick at him.
if you say it as if two different words like that, it sounds like there's something wrong with your ass. Just not stoically. Yeah, I guess you are a badass.
He nods back at you, even more stoically. Just two badass men nodding stoically. Make that 3. The lieutenant is nodding too, hands crossed.
Alright, Kim. Thanks.
No problem. They'll come back. They always do. Do I have a shaker in...
Oh no,
He
no.
sounds, and it's not a shaker. It's nothing.
Am I wearing it? Am I smart?
Because he's not a bartender.
Because I'm not a bar...
Play it calm. This man needs to...
Like what?
Okay. If trying to explore other options doesn't give you anything new, so not gonna try to do that maybe to other characters. Can I really not sprint? It's too slow. I feel if I can sprint. Actually, I'm not gonna hold my gun.
Hi again, gendarme.
This guy has no comments. Well, I completely miss your composure check.
Bye-bye, gendarme.
And that's okay. I will keep it for my second playthrough that I probably will not record because this game took me 70 hours to finish. Probably will be more. So, yeah. One playthrough recorded, good. Second one, I'm not gonna go there. Oops. Hey, Titus. Okay, who you have left? This guy was called either Alan or Alain, I don't remember. And then Eugene. Glenn is dead. Fat Angus is dead. Huey is dead. And I don't see Shanky.
Seeing you approach, the bruised man raises his bear in welcome.
Crazy motherfucker. Didn't think you had that fury in you, but I guess I've misjudged a lot of people lately.
Yeah, you're right. This was my craziest move of my very morally right detective Harry Dubois.
There I was, thinking, where are we gonna find a tin opener large enough for those cans? Then Capo Loco shows up and just sets a man on fire. Impressive shit, Copper. None of us would be breathing right now if it wasn't for...
He pauses
I
there.
guess
Oh,
what I'm trying to say here is, thank you.
he pauses, then extends his hand.
This is big. It's as big of a thank you as Titus Hardy can muster under any circumstances.
Shake it. No need to thank me. Just doing my job. Shake his hand and not in silence. Don't shake. Look, I need to talk to you.
Well, cheers anyway, Copper.
He raises his whiskey bottle in salute. Alright. Visual calculus 20. Here we go. I really appreciate how much my min-maxing actually carried me. Like, my stats are insane, I think, for if we compare other players. Though I haven't seen their builds, but I doubt that a lot of people have free stats of being 20. My encyclopedia is 20, drama is 20, and visual calculus is 20. How insane is that? And my conceptualization is 18. Well, I guess I achieved that by neglecting other stats. Yeah. But hardcore and my thoughts really helped to achieve this. Jamavu, Artcop, and Womty Domty Dom Center, yeah. They were my hard carries, and I can't imagine how my dumb but physically strong build playthrough would go without these free thoughts, yeah. I'm sorry about the people you lost.
Theo was old. I think he'd be pretty happy with the way he went. Never could imagine him withering away on a sickbed. But Angus, he was just a stupid kid. Didn't realize the mess he'd gotten into. Trusted me. Still, the balls on that kid. Went down fighting for someone else's shit like a fat, angry bear.
Here it comes. The last one is the worst one. He only deals with it by drinking copious amounts of 8% beer.
Glenn?
And Glenn was my friend. Best I've ever had. I'd love that crazy homo like my own brother. We're all fucked without him. But what do? This job is shit.
Are you calling him homo metaphorically or literally? Because he didn't strike me as a gay person. I thought he was romantically invested in Ruby. Hold on, where is that shanky fella?
Dennis, that poor little rat is dead too. I always thought he'd run. But no. He stayed. Stupid, brave fella.
Oh, I didn't even notice him dying. I guess that happened when my eyes were closed.
He didn't like him. That only makes it worse.
This is getting dark. Let's talk about happy stuff. We are born into this world to die, it seems. Maybe there's redemption in that. At least it ends one day. They were good people. I'm sorry it went like that.
Well, yeah. Memento mori. Right.
Memento mori, or remember that you must die, is a slogan various religious orders have thrown around since the dawn of mankind to emphasize the vanity of earthly life and the transient nature of all earthly pursuits. In essence, it means one should live virtuously in this life to live better in the afterlife.
I'm not sure that really applies here. Yeah, totally.
Absolutely. Today, I'm going to get drunk, eat good food, and bed a good-looking girl. 'Cause tomorrow, a motor carriage might run me over.
Yeah.
Or you might die of a heart failure or syphilis.
Hey, fuck you for ruining a beautiful idea.
What's going to happen to the Hardy Boys now?
I guess I'll take a closer look at our union members. There's bound to be some ambitious fellows there who'd love nothing more than advancing social democracy by busting some heads. Might even ask Tibbs if he's tired of replacing windows and maybe wants to have some fun with his brother. Anyway, don't you worry. As long as Titus Hardy's standing, there will be Hardy Boys.
Man, but I do feel for them. Crassier caused this shit for them. If she didn't ask for the cover-up, they would not be involved in this.
He's right. The numbers are replaceable. In an organization of thousands of men, there are plenty who'd join.
Do you know what happened to Crassier?
Don't know? Don't care. I'll be glad if I never see that fucking woman again.
Even after all that hell, he's still bitter about her?
I don't blame him. Titus, after all we have been through, level with me. You really like her, didn't you? Same here, man. Okay, got it. Well, I kinda can empathize with Gracia. She was being chased by Morales, right? Because she did some dirty job for them, I think, and then they either tried to sort her out or she thought that they are going to sort her out. So it was her decision to get into this shit. But I do understand her feeling of being a cornered animal. She knew that she's fucking dead, but she is still trying to survive anyway. I can kinda respect that she's not giving up. In her place, I would fucking give up, and I wouldn't involve any people into my shit. And it may sound noble, but giving up is not a commendable thing, I wanna say.
Nope.
He did.
Okay, got it.
He nods and takes another sip of whiskey.
Any idea what I should do now?
Judging by the sight of you, I'd suggest crawling into bed with a bottle of whiskey in one hand and a big tit in the other.
Yeah, go pay Monica visiting Janrock. She's got a knack for making men forget about their worries. Biggest pair of milkers in all Rebacho.
Hell, you both look like you could use some feminine company right now.
Thank you for your advice, Eugene, and you too, Alain. I do always appreciate a good use of the expression milkers.
It sincerely amuses him how hard these guys typecast themselves.
You're welcome, Bina Claude. You're all right in my book.
Titus's response is completely unironic. So long, fellas. Be good so I don't have to come back here again.
Take care, coppers. You two look after yourselves now. Death passed on you today, but men don't get that lucky twice.
Copo loco. And normal cop, I guess. Good luck in Shamrock. Scars made the best tattoos, they say.
Thanks for getting involved, guys. Not a lot of cops would step into that line of fire, but you did.
Yeah, I wonder what would happen if we did absolutely nothing. If we did not even step into this situation.
And if you ever feel like the uniform is holding you back, I've got a few vacancies. You'd make one hardy boy, copper.
And Titus Hardy himself would make a good officer. That man was born to lead.
The RCM could really use a man like you, Titus. Think about it.
I will, capo. That's a promise. Now scoot, 'cause the Hardy boys got some mourning and drinking to do.
Take it easy on the drink. The danger has not passed. This town needs you on your feet.
Good point, Bino Claude. We'll keep the vol under 12% tonight.
Also, I didn't think that mercenaries missing their shots like that was stupid. I think it was logical. They were very drunk before this, right? So they still hit a lot of people, even while being drunk. Just I don't see it as a ass pull that they didn't manage to kill me or Kim. It was well explained, I think. Okay. Anjor J. No. You probably don't even read J. An yo yeserai de retour pres deto.
The graffito has been painted over the traces of the fight that took place here. It smells of blood and heavy fuel oil.
Looks like Cindy the Scow finally found the words for her masterpiece. One day I will return to your side.
The lieutenant crouches, touching the fuel oil with his finger.
Looks like it, yes. This is still fresh. It wasn't here yesterday.
I smell heavy fuel oil.
And blood. Some of it is even yours.
Heavy fuel oil. Isn't that flammable?
What are you trying to imply, Fingers?
You could buy some smokes, light up a ciggy and throw it in there. You know, just to see what happens. See if it's flammable. It's better that way. Safer.
Leave. Really? I can burn it? Well, she bothered to draw this and she didn't burn my I love Kuno graffiti, so I think I will keep it as is.
Mon Dieu, officer. It is worse than I thought. Believe me, I know all about that kind of pain. I've had hip trouble for the past week. Maybe it's time to slow down, enjoy life a bit. Anything I can do to assist you?
Okay, I wanna see Kuno first. How ya doing, buddy?
Everyone says you started crying in the middle of a firefight and then bled like a pig. I guess that was cool.
Who's saying that?
People, they say you'd kind of died for a moment, that you let your shit out already, but then came back. So I guess that's what's cool now. Just don't think 'cause you got half your dick shot off and you're an invalid now, Kuno's gonna treat you different. Kuno doesn't reward weakness. It's business as usual with Kuno. Kuno's cold like that.
Alright,
Watch
Kuno.
out, pig. It's a dangerous world out there. But Kuno's got his eyes on you.
What is that supposed to mean?
Who knows?
Kuno starts doing the I got my eye on you gesture repeatedly. What?
I'll die before I squeal, pig.
Really? Kunois has nothing to say. She feels like cut content. What? The sound of melting snow dripping off the roof, it's strange. Do you suggest that I should check the roof? Just in case? Or is that just a bubble that I didn't investigate before? I think it is. I'm not seeing anything new there. This building was hit by shells from a naval cannon a long time ago. Yeah. Kuno Kuno was talking about how she killed someone and we never got follow-up for that. So I wonder if it's cut content or something I have missed.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone,
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
Precinct 57, we have been attacked. I repeat, Lieutenant Kim Kitsuragi and...
Something is wrong. Only static hisses through the speaker.
Hello?
No reply. Only the mindless drone of static crawling through the air.
It's been this way for a while now. My guess is the Union is listening in on our conversations and jamming outward communications to protect themselves from Crenel. It only happens when someone mentions the attack. The rest is unaffected. Our best bet is to carry on like nothing happened. That is, if we don't want us cut off the grid completely.
Isn't that dangerous?
No more dangerous than stepping between 3 armed mercenaries and 8 Union men, I hope. I don't like it either, but that's the way it is. The street seems safe enough to me. If anything, taking out the mercs made things calmer. For now. You can try calling again. Just don't mention the tribunal. And remember, they are listening in.
Everything sounds okay. No drumbeat of total war yet. If anything, everything sounds too okay. In the cabin, you see a set.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
Okay, I'm gonna call my station.
Right.
10-4, come in. Fireworker, over.
Jules, I have heard that some people think of me as a la puta madre pione. Do you think I'm corrupted?
10-4, sir. Well, there's been some talk, sir.
Some talk? What does it even mean there's been some talk? Do they think I'm corrupt or not? Does it mean people know that I'm a dirty cop? Because I am. I am the dirtiest, most dangerous cop in Revachol. My reputation precedes me. I want you to know that I would never ever do anything like that. I'm not taking bribes, Jules.
I only meant that there's been some talk in the station, that's all. But there's always some talk in the station. You know how officers in Jamrock are. But then again, some of us truly are on the take. It's unfortunate. Over.
And that's it? I guess I can't contact Jean because he's actually coming towards us.
Roger that, 10-10, over and out.
This is Precinct 57. It will take just a moment.
Her voice is
Gottlieb, what is it now?
Well, at least I can tell him that I have been shot.
Ah, it's you. Walking, talking though.
Yes, but...
Great. Any other complaints?
Wow. He doesn't care.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else I can help you with, officer?
Sylvie?
Just a second. Sylvie Malaika. Yes. Hello? Oh, great. What else do you need, detective?
Okay.
you hear something is
No.
It's been this way for a while. It only happens when
silence.
Alright, I expected more, honestly. Hey, Tommy. About Ruby.
My man, you're alive. Almost. Kind of. Sort of alive?
Alive and limping. I have been better. It hurts like hell, man.
Man, what a day. I missed out on most of the action, but I heard it was quite the encounter. Had a strong sense of finality to it. So what's next? You guys heading back to Jamrock now? Talk is local union muscle were behind it all. I'd reckon the case is closed, even if it kind of turned into a shit show.
Yeah, the case seems kind of done. Gonna check on a few last things. I'm still looking around, loose threads to tie up. It wasn't the local union muscle, by the way.
Hey, that's just what I heard. Old wives' tale. So, what next? Good luck with that, my man. Ain't easy being you, but hey, you're still breathing, right?
I met the lady driver on my investigation. She's called Ruby.
Okay.
He seems a little apprehensive.
Is it wise to share information about the case like this, sire? The lieutenant throws you a quick glance.
He deserves to know the truth.
What are you doing?
Yeah, that's it. Can't share anymore. She slipped away.
Oof, good on her. And good on you, too. Better focus your efforts on the bad guys. Mercs and such. Plenty of baddies to go around.
I wanted to tell him that it wasn't her.
And she didn't do it. Believe me, if it's something bad, then she didn't do it. Didn't know her for long, but I know people.
He's relieved.
All right. That's enough sharing details about the investigation for one day.
Maybe I should be wearing my cuirass again, or is it damaged? It doesn't. It isn't damaged. Yeah, I will wear it just in case, because the killer is still out there, right? So, who knows? You know, I do need my gun on me. I'm not feeling safe. The sniper is still out there. Maybe watching us. Fritte. Racist guy is not here.
Is this about the questions again? Because I don't really know anything.
You said I wouldn't want to fuck with Fritte. Why?
Because Frit has an army.
We already had this conversation without Kim, I guess.
Yeah, like 2,000 or so. I don't know, it stops people from robbing Frit.
Businesses often hire private security this side of the river. It's an unfortunate state of affairs, but not unheard of.
But that's what the cops are for.
You think the police, like, bother catching shoplifters? Fripp.
Okay. So it's the same conversation, just with Kim chiming in. Odd that you didn't catch this graffiti earlier. 1 overdrive, it says. So strike is over because it was kinda fake. Well, not strike, scabs.
A lorry stuck in the traffic.
So once Wild Pines confirms that Union has this harbor to themselves, the strike will be over and they will open the road again.
The old king.
Yeah. Ruby didn't take her lorry.
A lorry abandoned. The smell of cigarettes. There's something odd about the passenger seat. The seating fabric has been pulled tight over the lower side of the seat where the... Voila.
Bonne prise. Best not to disturb the scene.
The stack of map, a metallic drawer. Slide. Pull out toolbox. You close the...
Pale driver isn't here anymore. I do like it actually that some NPCs are disappeared because there's nothing to talk about with them anymore. So it saves me some time.
The boyadero stares at you with respect, then gestures towards the trickles of blood adorning your clothes.
It really hurts mañana. Pain, that's what your strike brought upon us. Yeah, I got shot, no big deal. Danger comes with the boyadero lifestyle, right?
There are types of danger. The one I'm usually concerned with is lung cancer or getting mauled by wildlife, not bullets. It calls back to an older era where this was commonplace though. You have a true boyadero heart.
Alright, so where is everyone?
Hiding, gathering themselves. The harbor's in full lockdown, friend. No getting in or out, for the time being.
Oh, you can't help me get inside?
No, man. Not today. Today is war.
He says it matter-of-factly, like it's no big deal.
What's going to happen next?
Time will tell. I'll tell Everard you dropped by. I'm sure he'll be glad.
What will you be doing now?
I'll be okay here, doing lookout. Quite the sight, aren't they? Getting to like that rare I am.
He serves the red flags straight from the harbor gates. Oh, they are new. Okay.
Don't worry about me. I live to alleviate the worries of our brothers. See if any insane killers turn up. Then I'll run. And live.
I'm sure you do good. Try not to get shot, eh?
I'm sure I'll be luckier than you, friend.
I expected Mañana to have a bigger role. But... like... I thought that he would be an assassin type of character. Now, gonna talk with Everard, I guess. This site is open now. But it's a dead end. There's nothing here. Man. I kinda was hoping to hear what Measurehead would say to me about this situation. Your Occidental race is proving to be quite capable. Maybe you are still able to compete in this racial war. Nah, his accent isn't like that. Racial war. He would say racial, yeah. And not Occidental. How he said that, like... Occidental. I give up.
Hi, Ace Detective.
Nothing.
Oh my god! Things have gotten out of hand! I thought the psychic stuff was bad, but the crime! It's even worse! I haven't been able to come to work for 3 days. The shop has been locked. No sales, gangbangers running around, shooting everyone. I know I shouldn't have bought a shop in this ghetto.
I am the one who got shot here, ma'am.
Oh my god! Even the police can't take care of all of this. Just look at that limp. Someone should do something about this. Maybe I should close the bookstore and open a psychic studio. Yes! It makes sense. Crime is the 6th element, you see. The darkest element. I could teach people to protect themselves against bad energies and to fight crime.
A psychic studio. This is even worse than a bookstore in Martinez. Honestly, I'm not sure what to think of it. Sounds like a plan. Life must go on after all.
Yes, what Martinez really needs is more vigilantes roaming the streets.
Exactly. It's a brilliant idea. Thank you, officer. I'm going to start drawing up business plans right away. In the meantime, do buy the books. As many as you can. They won't be here for much longer. Is there anything else?
I already bought everything. Should I talk to the dice maker? Merely looking at that unmanly haircut threatens your masculinity. Being masculine is for pussies. Not really, but I really don't care about being a macho. Okay. I almost thought that this area is not accessible anymore, but okay. Seems to be normal.
Oh, it's you again.
Nope. Nothing new about her. Well, I'm glad that René wasn't alive by this point. He would die from a heart attack anyway if he saw that shootout. I assume that he at least got his funeral before the shit happened.
This coin-operated viewer is... This coin-operated viewer, your money disappears, the curtains on the lenses, it's leaves ripped from it by the winter wind.
Can you tell?
It's not. The details are...
Okay. This did say to me that that shot wasn't impossible, it just wasn't clear if it was or not.
Trying to sneak.
Yeah. Maybe Kono's dad is finally awake.
The aging alcoholic.
Nope. This guy has been sleeping for 9 days.
Give me a moment.
Nope. Oh, Cindy is inside? Nope. She's not inside. It's a shame that we probably can't contact Joyce. I wonder what she thinks about this situation. An old poster hidden below new ones. Arno Van Eyck 49, the Paliseum. Sounds like an obscure live performance in a dirty underground bunker. The low rumble of a bass beat, your heart repeats it.
Wow!
Wow, what?
A cop limping down the street, bleeding from the shoulder, face bruised, looking like hell? You know what that is? Cool! That's cool!
Whatever you say. At least your sneakers were truly useful. Roy? He crossed his shop, right? So he definitely heard some commotion.
Between you and me, this is why I don't get involved in local politics.
You're calling this politics. Well, someone has to. Yeah, I shouldn't have either.
So it goes. Now, what can I do for you?
You see rows of toys.
I heard that you actually can dance in the church after the mercenary tribunal, and Kim mentions, how are you doing this with your injured leg? It's funny. A cluster of polychromatic flares blow by in the breeze.
The worn and beaten wood.
We can sit on benches.
You can revisit.
Wow. These drunk people probably have no idea what happened.
Danko. There's no.
Man, you're like bleeding now. Reality's really messed you up.
Well, I appreciate you noticing that at least.
The legend! He's back! And firstly, I got smokes and piss and a little speed. My kind of guy. Here you go, friend.
I bought those cigarettes in case if I decide to burn that graffiti after all.
The scruffy-haired little boy.
Nothing.
Hello, mister. Bye.
Such a nice girl growing up in such a bad neighborhood. Sunday friend is still here. Bro, are you even working? What are you doing here still?
Always my pleasure to be.
You useless fuck.
I see the processing guys have been faster than usual. It's good we stop by to check, regardless. Now, island time.
He nods at the lack of Ruby in the tent, then looks around. Okay. I guess guys from Precinct 57 did this. Nothing else to see here, right? Should should I go to the church? And I think that should be it, right? Oh, what is this? The same street window you saw from the outside. Alright. I guess I can call my ex, but let's not do that, huh? I think Harry is pretty good on moving on part of the life currently. Let's not ruin that.
Oh, the god of dance is back! I'm dancing with the god of dance! Goodbye, officer. A better deal! Yeah! Medium car!
The mother of humanism stands above you. Why? That does seem to be a problem. The mother of humanism.
Yes, what is it?
Ah, that's where this headset was. Specialist grade headset. +2 Inland Empire in your own head. -1 reaction speed. Say that again? A giant pair of cans to keep you safe from the world. This particular set seems to have changed hands several times. May become sweaty after extended use. Nah. My hat is better.
Yo, man.
Hardcore.
I got shot in the leg. Point at your limb.
Ouch. I did notice you limping, but I thought maybe it was your thing or something. When I was 16, I used to date this guy who had a limp, but it only showed when he was sober. So I guess it wasn't real or something. I don't know. Anyway, shot in the leg? I'm sorry. Man, that must suck.
She is the only one who acknowledges that here. Interesting. Chiasso is a very unremarkable character, huh? But he gave me a thought that made me go sober, so I am thankful for that. I wonder if you don't nail that check to see him, then you never know about that guy at all. Yellow moss on these stones, they are probably stolen from someone's garden. Okay, I think I did everything that was available, so time to go to Lillian and ask her to lend me a boat. I guess I can talk to the washerwoman as well.
Our tenant, the policeman.
I got
I
shot.
hope the way even I can see that. I told you not to bring your trouble with you, policeman. We've got troubles of our own here. Though I suppose you took the worst of it. Turns out you were your own ill omen.
I guess you were right. The men with guns were coming for me after all.
I'm not sure those were the last of the men with guns either. There are always more coming for your kind, officer.
I can't talk to her about Ruby.
An old mirror hangs on the wall. You see the reflection of your face in it, such as it is. A regular, clean-shaven police officer. On the table, you see the water you almost look your face, such. The bed is comfort.
Officer Harry, what happened? You're limping. Why are you limping? You look terrible.
You're not limping. You're you. She sounds almost disappointed with you, reprimanding you for falling and hurting your knee.
Some people hurt me. I'm a cop. I don't merely exist in this world. I live in the between life and death. You seem angry. Why? I got shot in the foot. It was pretty badass. You would have liked it.
Look at you. You can barely walk.
It's nothing.
Is this from the shooting in town? We heard gunshots. Not that we don't hear gunshots all the time, but they were closer than usual.
There was an exchange of fire on Rue de Saint-Guylaine. It's nothing to be worried about, madame.
You should see the other guys. They are all dead.
So you're a killer? That's good, I guess. Better than being dead.
Scoff in a masculine manner. Most cops are killers. I was a killer long before this happened. I'm not a killer. I am a cop.
Aye. Not a lot of RCM men who aren't killers.
She knew you were one when you took her to Land's End.
Huh. I have a question for you.
Of course. Can I help you with something?
We need to get to that island. Point to it.
That won't be a problem. It's wind still and the tar just dried. We've got 2 days of relative sunshine ahead.
2 days of sunshine. I just got a bacterial infection.
I'm sad to hear that. Take care of that with ether, will you? Don't get too many RCM men round here. Be sad to lose the first one.
What is on that island? I saw some kind of ruins through the binoculars.
Used to be some kind of fortification there before the war. For the communards. An anti-aircraft gun, I think. Bombed to bits in the landing. I haven't been there myself. Always steered clear of it.
Hasn't been there herself. Who has then?
You said you haven't been there yourself. Who has then, if not you?
My husband used to drink there. Him and his drinking buddies. Always seemed like a bad place to drink to me. People died there during the landing, you know. My mother told me.
This must be one of the many fortifications that was used in the dying days of the revolution against coalition forces before they took this city.
The kids sometimes go there too. I know they do, on rafts. I tell them not to, but they bring back old bullet casings and such.
Which kids?
The twins. God forbid they bring the girl along on some rickety barge.
Can we maybe ask your twins about that place before we go? Would that be alright?
Be my guest. They have a strange way of talking. See if you can get anything useful out of them. I seldom do.
Is there anything I should know about getting here? There.
Well, most of it's sunken. Underwater. That means concrete underwater. Cut your boat if you're not careful. Be sure to enter from the south side. Water's deep there.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Can we borrow your boat?
If you promise to bring it back. And no scraping the hull. I just got it nice and yellow. And no drinking on the boat. And no joyriding either.
Of course, ma'am. It's only for a day or two. Official police business.
Aye.
Not along attentively.
The crow's feet disappear from the corners of her eyes as she smiles at you.
Thank you. We will use your skiff to get there then.
Please be conservative with the fuel, will you? Just filled her up, but it's a small tank.
Oh, it's fueled. I thought it would be a regular boat.
The scruffy-haired little boy kicks a stone while the other watches him do it.
Okay, kids, you have been to that island, right?
On that island?
The one who's busy kicking his stone points to the bay. Yes, that one. I need to know what is there.
That's, nothing. It's just a seafort and some plants. You can take a raft there. It's great. And we make a fire. We make a fire. Gather the sticks for the fire. And bullets. Or not real bullets, empty bullets.
Bullet shells. There are a lot of them left over from the war, but this could be important.
Wait, you mean shells?
I don't know what these are.
Not in agreement.
They're lights. The fire guy comes and asks us to put the fire out.
They must mean a human being on that island, but it's cut off.
Someone lives on that island.
No. Yes.
Let's go with yes.
The lieutenant raises his eyebrows and whips out his notebook. Why is he the fire guy?
Because he asks to put the fire out.
Why does he ask you to put the fire out?
I don't know. He doesn't like it. He doesn't like people to be there. You shouldn't go. Yes.
The other one adds laconically, standing with his hands glued to his sides like a little teen soldier. You mentioned something about lights.
I don't know.
Did you mean there are electrical lights?
He points to the street light.
Yes.
Is there anything else you can tell me about this guy? Age, does he live there?
No, he doesn't live there. I don't think. No, he lives there. Been there twice, 2 times. He doesn't live there. He isn't there sometimes.
Anything else? What does this guy look like?
I don't know.
How come?
We ran. He just yelled we shouldn't be there.
Your father used to go to that island too, didn't he? You know, I probably shouldn't talk about their father. I don't want to make them sad. Because he's dead. Is that all you know? Is there anything more you can tell me about the island? The boy says, rubbing his eyes. It's clear that he has no intention of finishing the sentence.
Lights, fire guy. We should check up on that island.
I guess they would give you this information if Gracier didn't point out the bullet trajectory. Maybe. If you arrest her, that is.
A skiff with a small steering engine in the back floats on the calm mirror of the sea. Its 2 seats are empty. The boat's belly is a shiny yellow color, industrial paint over fresh tar. You see it reflect off the water, along with the factory number, A72, SRV made. This machine represents humanitarian aid from a workers' state on the Samaran Isola. The ROO logo on the engine gives it away. That and a white 5-pointed star.
Do I want anything else? More logic perhaps, or more volition? Probably should keep this point.
Once you get in, that's it. One pull of the starter handle, and you're off into the bay. A strange trepidation comes over you. Are you sure you want to go? now? Have you made all the necessary preparations? Closed all your accounts? Remember what the net picker said. It's a small tank. You won't be going back and forth on this.
This banged up old thing, it's a Ru A72.
It'll float.
Get in and ride to the island. You take the engine, Kim. I will hold the boom box. She said no joyride, so let's ride normally. Well, I guess her fishing job is a bit easier by...
The boat comes to a slow stop. The lieutenant turns the engine off. Then there's silence.
A rare musical segment of the game, of this game. The first one, I guess. Maybe, yeah. The trip was shorter than I expected it to be, but this island looks huge.
In the silence, a sputter of wings. A flock of quails takes off in the distance.
Let's go.
Climb out. Keep your gun ready, Kim. A makeshift bridge. The bombs were powerful enough to break the foundation. The rusted chain trails off into the ocean.
The chain trails off into the ocean, connecting the island to the supply depot on the coast.
This leads to the depot in Land's End.
Ah, yes, so it seems.
What do you think it was used for?
For bringing munitions to the island, maybe? And supplies? You could also lock the bay when you raise the chain.
As a defensive measure, lock it off that side of the bay.
Lock it from whom?
From enemies. Enemies of the commune of Revachol. This sea fort was a revolutionary fortification, I believe.
These tires are falling apart. They're at least 50 years old. This music makes me feel like this is the real endgame. This is where game will end. Attention, inflammable. There's a lingering trace of mazout in the air. Some fuel has leaked out of the barrel, black and viscous.
The dry grass crackles under your feet as you stop. Far away, birds' wings touch the still surface of the sea.
What is that flutter?
The flock of quail departs, now more than 100 meters away, 102, 105.
Underneath the flutter.
On the islet, there is almost no wind, just the light movement of air through the reeds. Bulrushes swaying on the waterline. Long dried leaves chafing against each other. Like a silent orchestra tuning at the beginning of some major work.
To the west.
A silent hiss, sea air moving through the needles of a pine tree.
To the east.
The faraway roar of the city, distant like today's dream. Before it, the sound of sand, the low tide filtered through its grains. A bird tending to its feathers.
Ahead.
A low hum. The air slowly moves through a concrete box, through its ancient slits and cracks, resonating, hollow. A big building.
Beyond that, further north.
Air flows out of a pillbox window. There is very little there. The air cossets flowers on a meadow. Absolute silence. Reeds motionless. Bulrushes motionless.
Below the silence.
Col de Mamadakwa.
Huh? Kim?
Yes?
Momentarily, the sounds are swept away. Pain shoots up your right foot and into your groin.
It's pretty silent on this island. Have you noticed how quiet it is? It's really fucking silent on this island.
It is. Is that why we are stopping?
Wait, I have to listen to one more thing.
The lieutenant nods in silence.
Open your eyes, stop listening. Code to Mamadakwa. I guess I failed because I didn't have that thought equipped. This barrel says ICM. You see a star with little specks in it. The little birch from the coin-operated viewer still holding on. No way to get up there, the stairs are gone. Ah, it was this birch that waved to me. Hello. I see. Cannot go that way. This was once an armament rest. Armament. Twin cannons were attached here. Medium distance, large caliber.
An old cylindrical generator is nested above the ammo lift, with makeshift electrical wiring running out of its side and across the floor. The cables disappear into the wall to your right. The lieutenant puts his hand on the metal barrel, checking for warmth.
It's cold now, but someone has been maintaining it. The wiring has been repaired.
Wait, haven't you heard this before?
Where does this wires lead?
Downstairs, somewhere?
What kind of generator is this?
Liquid carbon. I would imagine it takes mazout.
He points to the open fuel cap on the side of the dynamo.
The kind that's favored by vagrants and fuel thieves. It's been a long winter.
The lieutenant pauses. Something seems to be pecking at the edge of his concentration. He gives you a sideways look, before adding,
Long and cold.
There's no time to dwell on this moment. You've got to keep moving.
Tap on the side.
A hollow ring. The canister is empty. Dust falls from the generator and down into the ammo lift.
What does this mean, a generator here?
I don't know. I'm not a philosopher.
That is his idea of a joke.
I am. This generator proves the universe is material. Kick the generator. I meant, why is it here?
Someone with basic electrical skills has restored it in order to keep the room warm. Maybe it's the fire guy.
The wind outside picks up suddenly, with a faint howl. Inside, it's warm.
Yeah, someone lives here. Books, mostly fantastic and historical fiction. Dishes stained with sauce and fire, a survivor's kitchen.
There's a greasy old spring mattress in the corner, resting on piles of soft cover books. White linen and a pillow are visible under a worn-out caracal blanket.
Someone has been squatting here. The linen is fresh, recently washed.
How recently?
A flash of pain interrupts you, making you wince instead of letting the words out.
Fuck, I need to raise my pain threshold.
You know, officer, you can rest here if you are feeling tired. I will keep watch. You could use some rest for what's ahead.
Really? Maybe a little shut-eye, just an hour. Go to sleep.
You face the concrete wall. There's less light there, in the dark corner. Like a dog, you lie there.
Curl up with your knees close to your chest.
The blanket feels cold. The entire room does. Concrete and cold. Minutes pass. Half an hour maybe. The sounds of the sea beyond grow distant. Your eyelids close. Until
you
feel yourself standing up in the darkness, right next to the mattress. Slowly, the world begins to hatch from the blackness. It's evening. Sleep.
Kim? Where the fuck are you? Did he go investigate without me? The lieutenant is no longer here. Go outside to the beach. What the fuck? My menu isn't working now. The door is still here, closed. Feels strange somehow. You can't get in. That was a mistake. Just because my physical instrument wasn't good enough. I should have refused and just add a clothing or a bonus point. I hope that he's not dead. I know this fucking song, no? Isn't this the song that plays when you see the hanged Harry corpse on day one? Go down to the chain, there's something there. I hear something on my left. Walk into the water now. You see her footprints on the water. The fuck? Cursor. Ah, am I dreaming?
Dolorous Day. The innocence of humanism, internationalism, and the welfare state. turns around to face you. She has an airship airbag in her hand. She seems to be in a hurry.
It's Dora, ex-wife.
Okay, don't say you need to talk right away. Melt the ice first. This way you're already talking. But you don't even want to talk to her. She would only be cold and mean. Let her go. Let her go? This is the Holy Queen of the territories of Muindi and Insulinda. Think of the historic knowledge we could glean. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to win her back. Win her back? How does that fit in here? And what is the Holy Suzerain doing here anyway?
Hey, something is off. Where are you going? What is in the back? Can you stay for a moment? We need to talk. We need to have one more massive epic showdown. Go, goodbye. Yeah, it's not Dolores' day. Her lungs are not glowing.
Is what you want to say, but you don't. Hammers clang in the distance. Children laugh.
God damn it, everything was fine already.
The light from the video rental casts shadows on the ground. She turns her face, and it's illuminated by it. Red and cyan. I can't help you. I'm totally useless. Everything I've said is lies. I want the exact same bad things you want. To stand here like a pillar of salt.
I'm sorry. I was heading to the aerodrome. I just don't have time to...
She stops mid-sentence, glances to her right, then looks at her back.
She means she doesn't have time to tend to your emotions.
At least I can finish my task of giving a figurine to Dolores Day, right?
Just my scepter, my globe cruciger, a spare silk gown, a toothbrush, travel documents, the crown of immortality.
Cool.
She looks at the suitcase, not knowing what more to say. Then, over her shoulder.
Anyway.
Where are you going?
I'm going to Morova. To live there, in Grad. It's 1 million kilometers away, Harry. Might as well be another lifetime.
Is what you want to say. Where? There's water all around. She turns her face, and it's illuminated by the sign of the video rental. Red and cyan. I can't help you. I'm totally useless. Everything I've said is lies. I want the exact... She sighs and looks over her shoulder.
You don't have time to tend to my emotions.
What are you doing? Stop saying things like that.
Hey.
Hey.
Hey, that's all I get? Smile. How are you doing? I'm sorry, I shouldn't have bothered you. So, say nothing.
She breathes out impatiently.
No, Harry. No. I don't want a massive, epic showdown. I want to go to the aerodrome. I have tickets for the 10:20 flight to Morova. Really, we don't have anything to talk about anymore. Every combination of words has been played out. The atoms don't form us anymore. Us, our love, our unborn daughters, it's all gone. I have to go to the aerodrome. I have to leave Revachol and you. And you have to be alone. In hell, forever. That's just the way it is.
Oh God, whatever you do, don't try to kiss her yet. Not after that. You're still reeling. You'll fall over if you try now.
I have taken responsibility for my actions now. I am a new man, weighty and normal.
She doesn't know what to say.
I'm so fucking normal right now.
Yes, okay. I'm glad.
I mean, I am a moralist. The other moralists almost took me away on their airship. I'm not a broken, insane man who can't live without you. I know I made mistakes, and I have taken full responsibility for all of them. So you can live with me again if you want to. I'm better now. You're right, I'm not normal. I'm shit.
Do you know how much it hurts me to hear you say that? I'm shit, you made me shit. I can't do this anymore. I can't make you insane and shit anymore. I can't let you turn me into a bad person. I have to go.
Total annihilation. We got annihilated, Harry. You never had any power. You never were a moralist. Or anything. You can't even be insane or shit anymore. You have to be nothing. Nothing without the light and grace of love.
I bought you this figurine of a headless phone rider.
I don't want it. It looks expensive. I don't want it.
I thought you liked figurines. I thought the figurines were for getting you back. Okay.
Please don't give me any gifts.
You're not even human.
I am actually very ordinary, Harry. Below this gown and wreath, I have an ordinary soul and ordinary thoughts. The only thing inhuman about me is this.
She looks around.
This thing you've made me into. I'm sorry for saying so, but I just hate it. What is this? This is so far gone, Harry. I don't even...
No, you're special. You had growing lungs. Okay, I'm not gonna push it. I have other questions.
Other questions are the last thing I need right now. Hush. Can you hear? I think that's the 42.
It's not. It's not that yet. It's another. You have plenty of time to win her over with questions and kisses.
I get the feeling you're not really Dolores Day.
I don't know what you mean. Dolores Day?
She looks at you quizzically. It doesn't seem like a mystery she wants to get into. You are my wife. You are the ex-something. I have heard you before. You are the voice on the phone. On second thought, you are Dolores Day, Queen Regnant of the territories of Mundi and Insurinde, and nothing else.
Oh, Harry, you shouldn't have done that.
She shakes her head very slowly, her white hair brushing her shoulders. Do what?
Call me like that.
You ruined it. There was still a chance. You should have waited longer. She would have called you instead.
I know, you would have called me yourself if I just let you. I was too impatient. It wasn't me, it was my hand. Raise your right hand. My fingers called you. Let's talk about something else.
There is nothing else. Yes, Harry, I am. Things have gotten much better for me, now that I am the ruler of the known world. Oh God, it's already so late. I have to go, Harry.
A tiny golden watch with red straps around her bony little wrists.
Don't go.
I have to, Harry. Really, I've already missed the 8:30. I'm gonna go now.
I was wrong. You don't have power over her anymore. You shouldn't have said that. I am wrong about everything. You should go on without me.
You have sworn a holy oath, Harry. She herself begged you to not let her go. She's way too nice, I think. At least in Harry's mind. A woman in this situation, if she had enough of confidence, she would just leave him without talking that long. It only makes things worse. Wait, can't we sit down and have a coffee first? There's a cafeteria on the corner. Hold on, what is there to do in Mirova?
Light, life, culture. It's so much better than here. Everything here reminds me of you, and the horrible times we had. The nights we stayed up fighting for our dying love. I have to wipe it all off me and be clean again. I want to be a good person again. Not this. Not what you made me into.
Damn. Yeah, sometimes it happens in relationships if you are long enough with your partner. They can influence you in a good way or a bad way. It depends. But I swore I wouldn't let you go. You told me. You asked me to be this way. Okay, I understand. Not silently like a martyr. No, actually, wait. I need to see my list again. I'm sorry. Where is my list? Wait.
No, you don't. You're just being a martyr. And I'm really going now. The time is up. I must be on the 10:20 flight.
No. Will we ever see each other again?
I won't see you, but you will see me.
How can that be?
Oh, Harry. This is a dream. Can't you see? I'm already in Morova by now. Who knows how long ago this happened? A year? 2? 5 years ago?
How will I see you again then?
Right here, tomorrow night. Once this dream starts happening, it keeps happening. 3 times a week, at least. And Harry, it really, really looks like it started happening again. There's the video rental. I'm suffocatingly beautiful and young. And I smell of tutti frutti chewing gum, like I did that time when I asked you for forgiveness. After leaving you the first time, so long ago.
Oh, they broke up twice? But this is intolerably bad.
Oh yes, this is real darkness. It's not death or war or child molestation. Real darkness has love for a face. The first death is in the heart, Harry. See you tomorrow.
I think I handled this nicely. I didn't simp for her too much. Time to wake up. Hey. You're still with me, Kim. That's all that matters. Fuck that wife and fuck previous Harry.
You're up quick. How was your sleep?
Let's solve the fucking case. My sleep was deep and invigorating. Try to cover up the blood seeping out with your hands. Actually, it was total annihilation, Kim. Swallow the blood and conclude. Let's comb the entire island, centimeter by centimeter. That is the next step in the task chain. Just spit out the blood and get back to work. You are a badass like that.
Okay.
He's still worried. You must have really threshed and squealed in your sleep.
How else I can get physical instrument? I guess my parents already were giving it to me. Okay. I'm gonna give myself... Huh? Ah yeah, skill cap, right. I guess I need to give myself physical instrument with a clothing. What? Wait, was it a pain threshold or physical instrument? Ah, it was pain threshold actually. Okay, do I have pants with pain threshold? Nope. Okay, one pain threshold please. And then... Oh. Or I can have two... No. 2 more points into conceptualization. Make it 20. At this point it doesn't really matter, I guess. I'm just gonna upgrade logic to have a nice round number. Yeah, like even number, not odd. You see candles planted on a broken rangefinder. A moth-beaten bedsheet keeps the wind out.
Books and magazines lie scattered on the floor and on a makeshift cupboard. They are not particularly well organized.
Sift through them.
Most are soft covers, serialized fantastique and detective stories from the 20s and 30s. This disparate digest includes the classic animal adventures, popular depictions of man versus nature by amateur naturalists T&T Harpin, husband and wife, widely read by people from all walks of life. Who doesn't like nature? Who doesn't want to survive? Among what is mostly commercial fiction and serialized stories, you find a magazine cathodique for electrical engineering. Then it's back to pulp. Light erotica, an international thriller about circuit benders.
Someone's made themselves a home.
Does anything stand out as unusual?
Oh yes, under the bed, there is a rather extensive collection of critical theory, that is, dour, life non-affirming left-wing literature, published by small imprints such as Abattoir Firm and Ouzia. It's not exactly like reading.
Look, Kim, a book, left wing. I have no comments, do you? Look, Kim, downbeat dribble for people who can't get shit done. Look, Kim, the range, commie ranting. Look, Kim, powerful communist theory, rigorous and truthful.
Ouzia. Humanitarian sciences. Stands out. Not a lot of critical theory around in Ravachol West anymore.
Your incendiary remark has failed to provoke him.
Critical theory books, what do you think this means?
Again, I am not a philosopher, but whoever has lived here, they have some education and a certain set of interests.
Interesting.
I guess I need to comment a bit on Harris and his ex-wife's relationship. Only a little bit. I don't talk about this much because I had a breakup with my first and only girlfriend, and we were together not like for a long time, like Harry probably was. Harry probably was with his wife maybe for 20 years or so, maybe 10. I was dating my girlfriend for how many years? Maybe 4 or 5. I think it was 5. Yeah, and I was a mess back then when that happened. Not a big mess, but like I didn't try to win her back, not like I didn't curse her or anything. We are still in a good relationship, luckily, but we did fight a lot back then, and I think I was a mess even before our breakup. Maybe that breakup was caused by me being unstable and her own problems at the same time, so it didn't work out back then. Maybe I still want to be friends with her, and maybe we can retry again sometime in the future. I want to. She doesn't really have any desire for that, so I understand that and try to not pressure her. I respect her decision, so me seeing Harry being this bad, having this deep longing, it's a little bit relatable to me, but I don't want to say that, yeah, I know that feeling. No, I don't. It wasn't that bad for me. So I think the best thing is to do is to not think about this. You are your own person. You don't need someone else to complete you. And just focus on your own happiness, okay? Plus 2 empathy scarf. Minus composure. This tawny old scarf itches when wrapped around the neck. It has humanitarian aid written all over it. Yet you know that thousands all over the islet are suffering the same fate as you. The fate of uncomfortable army surplus scarves. Plight of the underclass. Sucks to be poor. Do I need it? I guess it makes my empathy very high. What about my Inland Empire? Okay. I guess I can keep it. It makes me feel like the killer will require a high empathy check. Phone, arrow, shirt. Oh, now I have a full set of phone clothing. Hand-eye coordination, sleeveless aim. This phone training shirt has seen one wash too many. It retains its unusual design. One sleeve short, the other long, but little of its original colors. A giant F swooshes across its chest, now in gray. Should I wear it? Like... Should I maybe wear a full set? Maybe something will happen if I do. I look like a gopnik. Gopnik, you probably know what it means. Basically a Slav bandit. I didn't get any achievements or anything, so maybe I'm missing phone glasses or something. Yeah, it doesn't fit my style. What? Yeah. This great brass door must weigh over 10 tons. Brass spews off of it.
You see a small metal door nested inside a larger one. A heavy steel blast door. There is a conventional keyhole above the handle. It's very small.
What is on the other side?
Another part of the island, probably. The lock looks like it could still be usable.
How do we open this?
Maybe this is one of the doors we don't open?
He looks at the door, then at its bigger brother, then at the lock.
He's right. It would be better to open its big brother. A powerful engine hangs under the ceiling. It must control the blast door.
You're right, we open the big one. Do you see controls anywhere? I find us not opening it highly unlikely. Sure, you're right. We won't have to open it.
Alright, I retract my statement. It was naive. Let's look around and get it open.
The heavy metal.
Careful, these stairs have collapsed.
Green paint flecks off the monoblock aluminium cabinet. There are rows of switches on the front panel, a frequency band, and even a keyboard.
What is this then?
The console of an anti-computation device. The generator upstairs, with wires coming out. They terminate here.
Could this open the brass door?
Possibly. Urgence, ouvert, allumé, radiodiffusé. It sounds like this device was used to control the electronics here. Maybe it still does.
This device was used to control the electronics in the room. It could open doors, control lights, function as a radio computer.
Turn emergency open.
We need to restore power before using this, officer. The generator, it didn't look like there was fuel in it. We should look around outside. There are barrels all over. Maybe one of them still has something in it.
The boat engine.
Or we could get some from the boat engine. Feeling that we could go back to the mainland and get some from...
My kinema. I don't want to do that. Let's just look around.
The consul stands by, mutely.
This hatch is jammed shut. Oops. A firing slit, you can't see inside. It must have been a direct hit to take out such a huge chunk. The distant sound of cargo ships, signal horns echo on the water. The winch is broken. Russ has eaten what remains of the chain.
A strange feeling, looking at the water. Maybe you should just wander off into the sea. Leave it all and walk in.
Shake your head. It's a remix of this track. Of the same one that was playing during the first dream. Maybe I should have contemplated about this thought more. I just skipped it, I think. The pain in your pelvis makes you wince, then you continue. The inside of the fortress, you make out the console and the brass door. So someone could have seen us from the roof. The depot that supplied this chain is long gone from the coast. That's an expensive canister. Lume fuel canister. There is still some fuel in this battered canister, a liter or two. The metal looks decades old. The logo of the automotive manufacturer, Lume, has faded on the side. A weathered artillery map showing coordinates in the Bay of Revachol. An old medicine cabinet, newly stocked with Dramamine.
There's a rain-soaked mattress on a concrete slab, only half covered by the crumbling roof. At the head of it, double embrasures, firing slits like two eyes in the wall.
B triple prime. This looks like a good place to shoot from.
Inspect the mattress.
A single-person mattress, modern, civilian use. Brand name, Marjorie. There's a fuel stain on the cover, along with cigarette burns. And an empty can of beans on the ground next to it, filled to the brim with cigarette butts.
Pick one out of the can.
The silhouette of a tobacco picker adorns the paper filter. The brand, Tio Moteri.
Someone's been smoking John Motiri cigarettes. Not a lot of that around. I saw the same brand of cigarettes extinguished in Land's End, Point West.
Could be a coincidence. Or the same person has visited Land's End and here.
Searching for a good spot to snipe?
I didn't see any signs of smoking inside though. If people live there, they keep it tidy. This here may also be a smoking spot.
Inspect the wall.
There's a firing slit in the wall in front of you, like a little window.
Touch the concrete first.
Quite old and grimy, from years without cleaning by anything other than the rain.
Look through the hole in the concrete.
The springs screech as you lean on the mattress and crane your neck to look out. Trepidation, a tingling feeling in your stomach. A small piece of Martinez coastline opens up in the square in front of you, like a tiny landscape painting. 1 kilometer across the water. The ruins look familiar.
On the left.
A towering skyscraper, its top floors shaved off by artillery fire. Capeside apartments. Rue de Saint-Ghislain, 33A and 33B.
On the right.
The red chimney and collapsed back of the 4-story tenement in front of the whirling in rags. Rue de Saint-Ghislain, 10. The doomed commercial area.
And between the two.
The box-shaped silhouette of the whirling in rags. Its sloped roof, a tiny fleck of light catches your eye on the rooftop. Sunlight reflecting off the upstairs window of Clausia's room.
Motherfucker.
What does that mean? Do you have line of sight to the window?
More than that.
Kim, with a pair of binoculars, I would be able to see inside the room. Yes, there is an opening between 33A and 10. I can see to the roof.
I can see it. Through the scope of a rifle. The shooter would be prone, lying on the mattress, barrel resting on the embrasure. I think we have it. The origin of the shot. This is the sniper's nest.
He pats you on the back. 3 small pats in a row.
Affirmative.
Finally. Better late than never. Why didn't we come here before?
Why? We don't go everywhere in the 1,000-meter radius of the crime scene. That's not procedure.
6 people are dead. We could have prevented that.
Don't beat yourself up, officer. We did not put guns in their hands or get them drunk.
He looks north over the fortification, then adds.
The lieutenant pauses. Regret comes over him.
We will make up for it. Here. I feel it.
Could the shooter still be here?
Where?
In Martinez. Right here, point at the mattress. On this island.
He does not answer, just nods. With his back hunched, he looks around once more and says,
"We should move now."
The music is so nice in this game. So I guess we are going back. Recharge. You feel eyes on your back. Someone's watching, but you can't say where. Imagine this music being interrupted by a loud gunshot suddenly. That would be so fucking scary. Water rushes below, far down below.
The console is powered off and covered in dust. Urgence? This old cylindrical generator
Pour
waits
fuel
with its
into the
fuel
tank.
cap open. The lieutenant assists you, holding the canister up to the fuel tank as you tilt. Dark brown, viscous fluid pours out, and the room fills with a chemical smell. There's a red starter switch on the side of the cylinder and a start rope on the other side. The lieutenant flicks the switch.
Pulls the rope.
The recoil start wakes the old generator up. The machine sputters like an old warhorse before settling down to a rattle.
That should do it.
I do like that this game doesn't allow you to get absolutely perfect results. People will die no matter what you do. It's realistic, it's sad, it makes you care, it makes you feel regret. Just like real life.
A dim golden glow.
It's on. Turn emergency open.
Automatic boot. The blast door opens with a series of clicks. A shaft of light appears, then widens as the light shines in.
So cool that in the time of revolution they had technology like this. Brass doors that are opened from the console.
After you.
Before, outside, when we were walking across the sand, I felt someone watching me.
So did I. Not back there, but I felt it since we came here.
You noticed this before me, huh? What is there? Point to the door.
I don't know.
What if we get into another fight?
Don't worry. I have a gun.
He takes out his sidearm, checks the barrel, and then holsters it again. I also have a gun.
I know. It was not easy to acquire.
You weren't there. I did this alone. Let's go. Small white flowers blossom all around you. A rubber dinghy, it's deflated and broken. Yeah, what was that about me missing flowers around Glacier? What is the significance of that? Aha, I see him. And there's nothing else to explore, right? Our last stop. I see his breech-loading rifle.
An old man wearing tracksuit trousers leans on the frame stock of his rifle. He gathers a big ball of spit in his mouth, then spits it out into the extinguished fire before him. He raises his black eyes, hooded by creased eyelids, to meet yours.
So, what was your fucking motive to do this?
Unclouded by cataracts, his eyesight is sharp. He's practically tearing up from spite. Hatred got the best of him a long time ago. This man hates everything.
Are you the fire guy?
The what now? I can't hear you.
Did you recently tell 2 kids to put out their fire? 2 twins.
I may have. All sorts of little rats have come sniffing around, trying to give up the position. Fire guy. Regressive bourgeoisie henchman. Can't even talk like a grown-up.
You have retained your eyesight.
My eyesight? Yes. Helps me see all the shit.
Did you close the blast door?
I did. And you opened it. How?
I filled the generator, then used the console.
I should have burned that console down.
He shakes his head. How did you know I was coming?
The boat engine. On the water.
Nice gun you got, sir.
It's not nice. It's a piece of shit. But it gets the job done.
Is that a Belemagraph?
It's a Triangong 446.
Southeast Samaran made. Exotic. Must be defunct too. No modern rifle manufacturer of that name springs to mind.
A Samaran rifle. How did you get hold of one?
It was sent to us by our brothers in the Sinyao commune. Military aid.
The Xinyao commune.
You heard me. It's good now. Like chalk wiped from the board.
His gaze turns inwards.
He's right. Almost no one remembers there was a third metastasis of the world revolution in the Safre Empire, extinguished in 06.
It's not wiped from the board, I remember it.
They wouldn't like hearing their name in your mouth. Damn dog.
Sorry for disturbing you. Goodbye. Sir, I need you to put down that gun so we can talk further. I am with the police. You can keep the gun, but keep it down. Not one move.
No.
The lieutenant aims his pistol square at the man's head and says,
Put it down now, sir.
Or you're gonna blow my brains out before you question me. To hell with it. It's a walking stick anyway. It's out of bullets.
The old man lays the rifle down carelessly, then looks at it lying there.
Like an amputated limb in the sand. He stares on, his wrinkled mouth moving without a sound. A strange sadness, like a song.
What did you say?
The future teaches you to be alone.
The present.
The present.
The present to be afraid and cold.
The old man pulls back the hood of his plastic cape and looks up into the sky. It's blue-gray, the same color as the sea. Those words, the future teaches you. Pick up the gun lying in the sand.
Real music. It's La Revacholière, you shit-licking bougie dog. Chanson de soldat of the black and whites.
Marching song. Forget about that for a moment. You need to address that remark first.
I'm not a shit-licking bougie dog. I'm a half-dead police officer who is just doing his job. I know Revacholière. It's the marching song of the World Revolution.
There you go. 1 of 3. In Grad, they sang Brave Children, favorites of history. And in Sinyao, it was... some Samaran shit, I guess.
In Sinyao, they sang Boy with a Scythe, Golden Sun.
First, it wasn't some Samaran shit. It was Boy with a Scythe.
I fucking know what they sang. I watched those little fuckers die in my arms. Little ones came to help us. Got cut to shreds. You don't fucking tell me what they sang.
Okay, he is very against of Samarans. How does it go, the song?
How did it go?
He looks at his gun on the ground and shakes his head slowly.
Something about shooting rabbits. I don't know. I can't remember. It doesn't matter. It's gone now.
So, if I can shoot rabbits, then I can shoot fascists too. Those are the next lines.
Yay, my conceptualization will be 20 as well. Very good. So, if I can shoot rabbits, then I can shoot fascists too.
What are you talking about?
He squints and looks you straight in the eye. 2 black beads, moist from the sea air.
He doesn't recognize it. His gaze follows your motions. The rifle feels surprisingly light in your hand. Frame stocked and patched in places with tape and wire.
Inspect it closer.
The rifle's in a shabby state, like a crutch That's seen too much travel. Hieroglyphs are embossed into the forearm, made of walnut.
Okay, so he's a veteran that got his gun from the army and kept it till he grew older.
They say Triangong 4.46, Sin Yao Commune, for Safre and for all mankind.
So we were wrong about our theory that he got the gun from a cache or something. I know Serais.
This is the Vulgate Serais. You can barely intuit the words. No is stretching it.
Kim, I know Serais.
What does it say?
For Safre and for all mankind.
That's what the little guys told us. Every day at 4 o'clock in the morning, they go on and on about their Safri, their mankind, and Mazov. Those men were commandos. They weren't shit on a stick like us. They were small and...
It doesn't say more. The thought dissipates on his lips. Look at the butt of the gun.
On the butt, you see Vespertine writing, burnt into the wood. Triangong, 4.46 millimeter, made in Sinyao.
It's as he said, it's a Triangon made in Xinyao.
No one said it has to be a Belmagrave. We were just guessing.
From ballistics, it could easily have been a Triangle, too.
It doesn't matter if it was made in Shanti Shanti. All it has to do is use jacketed ammunition. And it does.
This uses jacketed ammunition, 4.46.
The right type and the right calibre.
The lieutenant nods, glancing at the gun.
He's liking this.
Stows the gun.
The old man keeps following your motion with his gaze. His right arm twitches suddenly. This looked very much like the murder weapon. It could be used against him to get a confession. In time.
Who are you?
My name is Josef Lilianovich Dross, Political Commissar of the 114th Anti-Aircraft Division of the 4th Army of the Commune of Revachol. I am a deserter, a partisan, and a prisoner of war. This is my termless surrender.
His eyes turn to the Ritz again, dead and dull.
There, behind them, across the delta, the Insacom building. Coalition government in Celindian mission control.
The commune of Revachol? Do you mean the ICM? You're a holdover from the...
From the Insulindian Citizens Militia, the army of the revolution. I was recruited in Jamrock in 07, trained in the École de Contrôle Orient, and consigned to emergency defense duties in 08. I left my unit on the eve of the landing. When I returned here on May 14th, the commune had fallen. Still armed and ideologically trained, I wrote a criticism of myself and resumed partisan duties.
51 minus 8 equals 43.
You have been on this island for 43 years. I doubt it. You know that he have been on the mainland as well?
No. I've been on other islands, too. I was in Resurrection until they turned it into a spa in 18. Then I was on E48, a nameless sound, until the sea washed over it. Then I came back here. That was 22 years ago.
Again, you have been hiding here for 43 years. You said you deserted your unit.
I was just 16 years old. 15 when I volunteered. I had a lapse of faith. And of courage, too.
A lapse of faith.
You could say I misunderstood the historic role of the proletariat. and thought Mazovian socioeconomics were fallible. For a second, I doubted the irreducible laws of historic materialism. A second is all it took.
For what?
For reaction to take hold.
It wasn't reaction, you were just afraid. What is reaction?
Petty bourgeois terror. It's in all men.
And when was this exactly?
May the 13th, 08, 44 years ago. The horizon was black with coalition airships. Their petroleum rose to the sky and it looked like it formed the clouds. Storm clouds. When they started shelling, it was dark magic.
Dark magic.
The combined might of international capital. All at once, all the greed and terror in the world tore into Revachol. It lifted streets from the ground and turned houses into ghosts. We were in the flak tower, huddled on the floor. The artillery was 80 kilometers away in Ozon, but I knew the commune would fall. We would all be turned into ash. So I said I was going to the map room.
He looks east.
A terrible shame still within him. The lobes of his ears are red with it. The shame and smallness of what he became.
You didn't go to the map room?
No. I climbed the chain link across the water and hid inland, in the bunkers there, like the weakest of the weak. A mouse, frightened of the ordnance all night, and the sound of the rotors in the morning, whirring.
What was that?
Airships. I climbed out into hell. The landing was complete. The chain was submerged. I had to swim back. The fortress was half submerged too, shattered. They'd all drowned in the lower levels, or got torn to shreds above. The anti-aircraft gun had malfunctioned. So had I. I left them without ideological direction. It was real. I'd seen it. I'd seen it in reality.
Seen what?
The mask of humanity fall from capital. It has to take it off to kill everyone, everything you love. All the hope and tenderness in the world. It has to take it off just for 1 second to do the deed. And then you see it, as it strangles and beats your friends to death. The sweetest, most courageous people in the world. You see the fear and power in its eyes. Then you know.
What?
That the bourgeois are not human.
You have lost your mind. I have always suspected the same. That's definitely enough now. Say nothing, let him finish.
I had to. I had to fight it. I had to never stop.
The old man falls silent. His black eyes keep piercing your skin as he looks to some great distance behind you, shaking his head slowly, retreating from it.
These eyes are charred black by the images that have entered them.
Ooh, conceptualization 18.
43 years and 10 months.
That's the length of my entire life.
It's too long. It's not how a human being should live. But I couldn't just forget what I saw.
He just couldn't.
Couldn't give up.
He nods, but he can now.
What have you been doing during all this time?
Did he shoot the mercenary guy just because he was the easy target? He wanted to see if he still got it, his sniper skills, and then killed him so police officers would have a reason to catch him and maybe kill him, or punish him for his crimes, so he would feel punished not for his crimes of murdering, but of deserting.
Hiding, fishing, Waiting.
He was waiting for someone to find him and punish him?
2 police officers step out of the Whirling in Rags cafeteria. Satellite officer Jean-Vic Mayer inspects giant letters across the plaza mosaic in dark red government-marked heavy fuel oil.
Satellite officer? I thought he was captain.
Patrol officer Judith Minot points west. The fishing village. She glances at her watch. We meet in 15 minutes. It's a 10-minute walk.
They came for me.
The officers go, leaving behind the writing, still smelling of petroleum. One day, it says, I will return to your side.
Always waiting.
The old man turns his eyes from the shore and back to you. For what?
For her to return.
Her who?
Girl child. Revolution.
You're waiting for another revolution? You wanted to cause this conflict, so it would get bigger? I come from there, point to the mainland. I can assure you that is not what the people are planning. I have been there. The city is a tinderbox. It may still happen. I have seen it. Capital is too powerful. The rich are very well organized. Woman will always betray you.
It won't. The material base for an uprising has eroded. The working class has betrayed mankind and themselves. The historic opportunity for a revolution has passed. It will not come back anymore, however hard I try, whatever I do.
What has he done? Perhaps a confession will lighten the load.
What have you done then?
Yes, what? To get things going again? Fan the flame?
There is no flame to fan. There is nothing left of the world, of our dreams.
What is this place, this island?
It's not an island, Dwat. It's a defensive fortification of the commune of Revachol. And I am its last surviving defender.
What was it used for?
The congenitally deformed King Philip II built it to restrict access to the Bay of Revachol. We captured it in '02, retrofitted the fort with an AA gun to defend against an airborne landing. Against the whole world.
You mean the landing, the taking of Revachol?
Coalition military called it Operation Deathblow. I later found out on the radio they called it Deathblow. You're one of them. Tell me, who speaks like that? We had 50 million people on Caillou alone.
First, I'm not one of them.
Sure you are. You're our CM. Answer me. Who calls an operation against 50 million people Deathblow?
Coalition military. Someone who is come to end this madness. Tell me something else. Murderous. I know what you mean.
You don't know. You haven't seen it. Iblis.
Iblis.
The black-eyed angel.
Shaitan Ahura, the Darkened One.
How have you survived all this time?
How does anyone survive? I steal.
What do you steal?
Supplies, vegetables. I collect rainwater. It's the life of a dog, not a human being.
How is your health, Mr. Dross?
I've been throwing up blood since winter. Red, like beetroot. Been passing it in stew, too.
He does seem frail. Gaunt for his age. More like 75 than 65. Trouble putting on weight could mean cancer.
TRCM can provide medical services. You need to be looked over.
I need to die. You don't have medical facilities. You have guns. That's all they give you. Toy guns.
We have Dramamine and other opioid-based painkillers. You must be in the pain.
I have been running out of that stuff.
A light goes on in his eyes. He smacks his dry lips. This is a serious situation. You need to be looked over and we can do it.
There's nothing to look over. The triage is in, and it's black. Administer morphine. Moribund.
How have you coped mentally?
I haven't. I have holes in my brain. Years missing. Others filled with pain only. A decade of...
His eyes roll into his skull and back.
I don't even know what. Inferno?
Not appreciatively. I also live in hell. I also have holes in my brain. Point to your head.
No wonder. All your minds are rotting from the radio waves. I watched the traitors of this city turn the lights back on. More and more each year. Ruins glittering in the dark like a fucking merry-go-round. It's disgusting.
He looks down at his shoes, his face parched from the sun and the wind. There's a wince of pain in there somewhere.
Are they not heartbroken? How could they have moved on?
How have you concealed yourself all these years?
It was hard in the tens. I didn't have partisan training. They were searching for stragglers, those bloodhounds. Floodlights on the water at night.
There were posters, campaigns.
We communards still hoped, and they needed to snuff that hope out. The East capitulated. Martinez and Cold City were turned to dust. But Jamrock, Forburg, even Coron, and Boogie Street, of course. Those fucking kips had Marsov coursing through their veins. And others too. Some cordons of Revachol was still fighting. There were cells. I tried to contact them. Soon they all went silent. The frequency's dead.
How did you get between here and the mainland?
At night, I used a dinghy. I only went after dark then. When I got to the city, I stayed underground. Patrols, you lot, the commons too. They'd started snitching.
In the city, you move underground?
From bunker to bunker. Not anymore. No one cares now. I don't even have to hide. They think I'm another antisocial vagrant. I could walk straight into that town if I wanted. I just...
He falls silent, his gaze fixed on the shacks huddled together across the water. Why don't you just walk there?
I don't want to. They're all traitors. Pigs, rabbits, and dogs. Men without ideals are only animals.
He does not want to see life moving on. People forgetting, drinking, laughing.
The weapons cache under St. Ghislaine 22B in the basement. Have you been there?
So you finally found it. There must have been a small squadron's worth of arms in there. Elmer Graves, right?
They were damaged beyond use.
I know.
So you've been there?
Sleeping. Some nights. Ammo scrounging on others. Those McGraves were shit, even before they corroded. Some had bullets in the chamber, however.
That's how he got ammo.
You feel the dots connecting. Little dots on the map he's walked across.
There's a small bunker under the Feld building. Have you stayed there?
The propaganda bunker. I used to, but not anymore.
Propaganda bunker?
They stored leaflets there. Broadcasting equipment, too. Made broadcasts, I think. Propaganda officers. I buried them with their leaflets. They killed themselves. 2 young boys.
Killed themselves?
A lot of our boys did. I spent some winters there. Never liked it. Kept thinking of them. No need to go underground anymore. It's better in the ruins, on the ground.
One more question. Do you smoke Chumotiri cigarettes?
I do.
Ever smoke them on the mainland? Point to the land's end.
They're good. Plenty of tar. I like that boy on the pack, too. Reminds me of the last century.
Tell me another thing.
The old man looks across the water, at the city, the ruins, the motorways rising above it.
You said this is your terminus surrender.
You're with the RCM, the coalition-appointed mob that enforces bourgeois morals in Revachol.
We are not coalition appointed, we just try to help people. That's right, we are with the good guys. We enforce the law, we keep these animals from killing each other. I know what it looks like, but I have secret plans to turn the RCM into a Mozovian revolutionary unit. We are with the RCM, let's leave it at that.
Let's. You represent the Moralist International, the enemies of humanity who took this city. I represent their adversary, le Parti Communiste dans le Monde. Take me to them as a prisoner of war. I have relinquished my weapon. I can no longer serve. No superiors can relieve me of my duty. You bulldoze them all to a mass grave for trying to free humanity.
A spray of blood from his mouth on the black charcoal in the fire pit. Rene, the royalist on the coast, said,
The commonards signed the Revacholian Instrument of Surrender.
Liberal reactionaries signed that instrument. Traitors who should have been burned alive. I answer to the Communist Party.
Is that part of why you've been here all this time? Because the party didn't surrender?
He just wipes the blood from his chin.
Honorable, that's insane. Understood.
You're insane. Radio shows, speed racing, sporting goods. None of it is real.
So, you are a communist soldier from the communist army.
No, I am not a soldier. I am an ideological officer. I belong to the party, not the army.
But you said you were trained and assigned to the Defense Corps.
Trained in historical materialism, then assigned as a political commissar by the party. These things used to mean something.
Wait, what does a political commissar do?
The old man does not answer. He tilts his silver head and looks at the reeds. You see a small tremor pass through his legs.
His job was to assure the army answers to civilian control and follows the ideology of the Commune.
Scientific communism. A commissaire politique is a knight philosopher of the revolution, a future human.
That means you're a trained communist, right?
He nods slowly. Then another tremor.
I think he's about to die during the conversation. I am a moralist. I'm not really into politics myself.
You're inert lumpen with a gun.
Detective, we have not come here to discuss ideology. We have come to ask questions regarding a murder investigation.
The old man spits into the fire pit. He does not say anything more. A jitter passes his lower body.
I have another serious question for you.
There's nothing serious in this world. It's a farce.
What have you been using this gun for?
I've used it for killing people.
Killing people?
It's a gun. That's what they're for. You want a moralist euphemism? Defending your family and your property. I haven't done that. I've used it to kill people.
Interesting. During or after the war?
There is no after the war. Class war is never over.
So he's continued killing after hostilities ended. Okay. Go in straight. No euphemisms. He doesn't like those. No. Be careful now. Slow and steady does it. Make him repeat it first. Don't mess this up. Remember, he wants to tell you. Get personal.
Wait, so which one do I say then?
Nothing comes to you. Silence. His black eyes look at you.
So you're saying you killed people after active fighting stopped. Did you use that gun to shoot and kill a colonel of the security contractor, Colonel? I know you want to tell me. Have you killed anyone with that gun in the last week or two?
I don't want to tell you anything, you grotesque murderer.
And why did you think that was a good idea? Don't listen to me. I'm wrong all the time.
What did I just say?
He keeps shaking his head, erratically suddenly. He brushes something out of his eye.
What did I just tell you? Don't drop the ball now.
The who now?
He leans in and cups his ear.
He heard you. He just wants to hear you say it again. This is dramatic flair on his part. Right choice. We're in. Do it, sire.
Drama was the correct one, huh? The corpse in ceramic armor hanging behind the whirling in rags. Did you shoot him? The fascist death squad who took a bullet in the mouth on the night of March 4th. His name was Ellis Cortenair. He was part of a security detail here in Martinez. A beautiful, strong man sent here by the Honorable Private Military Company Crenel. You know who I mean.
Oh yes, that one. Ugly piece of work, that boy.
Did you kill him?
I am a son of a welder and an officer of the commune of Revachol. I do not collaborate with murderers and pederasts of the liberal regime.
A drop of blood in the saliva. Exhaust him with proof. Pile it all on him. Get a confession. The scent of blood in the air. But what else? There was something you can't remember. Something about the tracks. Suddenly, all those tracks are so confusing. Go with something else first.
We have done the ballistics, point to the tower. The shot came from this island.
I saw you poking around there, looking for evidence. You're damn diligent when it comes to dead fascies. Did you like the view?
You had direct visibility. There are embrasures in the concrete, specifically meant for a top follower to use. And you had a long-range rifle in your possession. You've been here a long time, Mr. Dros. Too long. You clearly need medical aid.
I'm ready to die. I've done my part.
He's practically admitting to it. Dead fascists for fascists. Done his part. Just one thing remains unclear. The rifle does not seem to have a scope.
One thing, where is the scope? How did you make the shot without a scope? We have everything else.
Forget about your stupid fucking scope. I don't know where it is. Find it yourself. It's your problem now.
He lost it. He just doesn't know where it is. Forget it. Push on.
It's the best uninterrupted line of sight into that window in all of Martinez. You said fascists. You're admitting you killed him. The view was perfect. With a pair of binoculars, I could have seen it in the room.
Because it's a sniper's nest, you stupid fuck. Radio Gosh is right. You have worms in your brain.
Another sudden twitch, then one more in his right eye.
Almost. He almost burst out there. Keep piling arguments. Anything.
Come on, what am I forgetting? Hit yourself on the side of your head.
Not a lot of guns around that use military-grade ammunition, are there?
It's a real gun. Not like your little musketeer pistol. I've seen you prance around with that, jumping hoops for the Liberals. You look like imbeciles. Why don't you ask them to give you real weapons, eh? Going against automatic rifles with a flame bomb. Of course you got all those boys killed.
Damn, he saw you. He's watched it happen. He would have a good view of the tribunal from here. It's not just empty boasting. So he saw you. Okay. So what? Don't let it divert you.
Okay then. Stop changing the subject. We have the murder weapon. We saved a lot of them. Their leader Titus. We handled that situation.
You didn't handle anything. I watched it happen. You let those murderers rip right into them. Got most of them killed. Even the fat one. None of those people mean anything to you. The vultures feed on this city, and you prepare the meal for them.
As if you care about them.
You're getting diverted. Push the gun. Only the gun matters.
So you watched the fight? Did you like what you saw? The mayhem. It was all your doing, your plan. You got them killed.
You don't know anything.
A teacher runs across the right side of his face as he stares the lieutenant down.
You know what? You're right. I'm convinced this made the shot. Should we call it?
I'm calling it. We have the murder weapon. Dramatically ask. You think we have the murder weapon?
Good.
The lieutenant takes out his notebook and draws a single line. Yeah. No need to be dramatic in this moment, I think.
This feels good, doesn't it? Tearing things up like this. When you have the murder weapon, you have the killer.
Murder.
The old man does not say more. He just glances into the reeds and then teaches once more.
Like a marionette on some invisible string. This pushed him, but not enough. Just a little more. Wait, here it comes. The goddamn Maybells. The dried Maybells on Clausia's roof.
Oh yes, my head hurts now.
There were Maybells in the grass when you got here, and Maybells on Clausia's balcony. And nowhere else. Nowhere in all of Martinez have you seen them.
You mean he brought those Maybells to her? He was fucking using that secret path?
Wait, don't forget the footprints. The diagonal prints in the dust in the secret space behind Clausia's bedroom. Now, they're gonna come up.
Those flowers that were growing on the shore of this island, I think? Well, close to it. Of course, thank you, Head, thank you.
You got it. Remember, the boot prints were like no modern soul.
Ah. I wonder what brand of boots you're wearing.
Everything is brands with you individualists. Who cares what brand my shoes are? Sansa? Some shit.
Show me the soles, please, Mr. Doras.
Fucking imbecile.
The old man stretches out his leg. A black and white spiral pattern covers the sole of the worn-out old running shoes on his feet.
The maker is Sensorique. The model is Cordobe, and the size is 43. These are not the unusual horizontal pattern soles you saw in the dust on the floor of the hidden room. They do, however, seem to be about the same size.
The size fits, but not the sole.
Wait, maybe it's simpler than that.
Sire, he doesn't have to be wearing them right now.
People change shoes. It doesn't mean you weren't there, near the room the victim died in, sneaking around.
Racking those brains, are you? Desperate to report something back to your masters? They must have really loved that dead fuck.
The lieutenant gives you a quick sideways glance and nods to acknowledge. The prints were his. You can see it in those eyes. He can't keep them from flickering, looking for something. The old man stares at his own prints in the ash around the fire. Silent suddenly, some strange process within him. A gush of wind. Seagulls in the distance. You've almost got him. Just the last little push.
Mabels, behind the victim's window. I saw them growing here. Point to them.
Damn Maybells. The whole island is turning white with them.
He seems tender suddenly. Nostalgic even. A strange mood swing.
So many this year too. The spring is coming. No, it's already here. Wash the filth away.
I haven't seen these flowers anywhere else in Martinez, only here.
They blossom on the islets before. We fertilize them with our blood. Resurrection was snow white in May, before they ruined it. The coast, too, before they piled their containers on top of it, filled with broken, useless trash for fat-fingered bourgeois children to play with.
You must get around a lot to stay undetected all these years. Do you know any secret paths? Pinball workshops?
I may.
A young woman called Classier. Ring any bells? Flowers like this were behind her window.
Classier.
He knows her, but hadn't heard the name.
You know her, right? She had intimate relations with the victim, the mercenary. Yes, Classier. You hadn't heard her name, had you?
My ears don't reach the city. With the victim.
He turns his sight from the widening field of flowers and falls silent. Then the muscles in his jaw twitch, spasm.
You know who he was. A coalition-trained murderer. Armored and armed. He wasn't human. The blunt end of a hammer. Dripping with blood.
He was a soldier too. He was a man. He was a killer, but he was still under the protection of the law. He was a rapist. I'm not saying he didn't deserve it.
Beating us to the ground. Moaning with joy. You hounds get so thorough when a company-trained killer dies. I haven't seen you on this coast for 40 years. You know, maybe I should have killed one sooner. Got your attention. Now you stop beating druggies and prostitutes in your basement. Now you come to investigate. Not when they die by the hundreds.
This is it. Shot him. Shot him. Say shot him, not killed him.
So you shot him.
Oh, the inhumanity. One paramilitary less in Revachol.
You can almost see him squeeze a tear out of his eye. His fists begin to tremble from the anger.
The lieutenant raises his right arm to hush you. Hush. He does not need to be pushed anymore. The ball is rolling.
How did you hold your breath? Just not.
I had them in my sights. Both of them. Him and the whore. I was breathing with them. In phase. And I pulled the trigger and flew on the air until I landed in his mouth. I didn't think I had a shot like that in me anymore. I did. I saw him kneel there with his mouth full of death, and that stupid look on his face. And his dick still in her.
Then what?
Nothing. I went to sleep. Next morning there were Maybells everywhere. The world was white, or what's left of it anyway. My last spring here. I knew the fascists would come to avenge their own. And so they did.
Mr. Dross, are you aware you're confessing to murder?
Yes.
A single word is all he gives.
And you were looking at them, the victim and a young woman, having sex, through the scope of your rifle that night? before you shot him?
The lieutenant takes out his notebook slowly, very slowly.
The old man nods.
Why?
Because that's what they were doing.
He shrugs, then smacks his lips.
The motive. This is where the motive is going to come from. You can coax it out of him. The lieutenant's preparing the ground.
I don't understand. Do you, detective? I don't understand this part.
Why were you looking at them that night?
I'm always looking.
He cocks his head to the side, then turns his eyes to the city. Another tremor passes his right side, lower in intensity.
Are you always looking through the scope of a rifle? I'm just trying to understand.
A rifle scope has the best magnification.
And if you don't like it?
You pull the trigger.
Yes. Think of it as a form of critique.
He will not stop now. These dialectical materialist types never do. Exploit it.
Okay, I will keep this point in just in case.
You got him going. Connect every little piece now. Wrap this up like a gift. Start with when he first saw him. It will give him a chance to ramble.
When did you first see the deceased?
3 weeks ago, when the rich hag came in on her galley. Her honor guard came in tow.
Joyce. He means Joyce.
By that you mean Joyce Messier, the Wild Pines rep.
Wrinkled up whore.
Whore. Good strong word. I use it often myself. What is it with these whores and pederasts? Aren't you a communist? Moving on. The victim arrives sometime after her.
They moved into a deserted apartment above the roundabout. Radio equipment out for all to see. Reactionary radio playing, sloppy and drunk. I've seen their kind during the landing. Those Occidental and Mesk phalangs weren't conscripts. Boys like us. They were whites. All they know is to destroy and hurt.
Whites.
Barely alive. They like to kill while they're on their drugs. After the landing, in the burning years, I would take shots at them. End them. The worst ones, if I had a bullet to spare. I could see they've returned now to show their real face. The face they don't dare show their bourgeois voters back on Mundi with their families and polyester clothes.
What specifically did you not like about what you saw the night of the murder?
Them. Fucking. I didn't like that.
Okay then.
Splat. A bloody spitball lands on the firewood.
Them. Fucking.
So you were jealous?
I didn't like jealousy. It's a reactionary concept. I didn't like the Reaver enjoying himself. Drugged out, soothed in the arms of a young woman. I wanted him to die so he could not enjoy life anymore.
For him to stop reacting to stimuli, to be broken off from the world, cordoned into darkness.
And I wanted to see his head explode. That too. She should know better than to hold a child murderer between her thighs. I knew he'd be there for one more second, writhing. That's all it takes for the bullet to reach his head. Now that I think of it, I wasn't aiming for his mouth. I wanted his brains to spill out on her. But you can't have everything.
He wants to see her covered in blood. To punish her.
How long had you been watching her?
Since she came to Martinez. I saw her sneaking in the reeds early in the morning, behind the Fell building. It was dark, still winter. She didn't have her skimpy outfit on then, just a spot in the night, moving.
Past the Fell building on the coast? What was she doing there?
Hiding something in the water. She had a fag after she'd done it. I was up in the ruins there. She couldn't see me, but I could see her, smoking. She was nervous, but not scared.
What do you think she hid there?
Her passport and ticket to Villiers. And from there to Cachet Brut.
He took those documents.
In the free state of Semenine, hidden away at the edge of the earth, near the Pale.
This is the hidden boy she told us about. You looked into it.
After she was gone.
Did you keep what was in it? When we found the submersible, it was empty.
No. Why would I do that? I didn't need tickets to Villiers. I'd put them back. If I wanted to extort someone, I'd do better.
This implies that he's thought about extorting her. Also, a little inconsistency here. He was surprised to hear her name Clausia before. Would he not have seen it on the documents?
Logic, you fucking stupid. Her documents were with different name. Something Amando, not Gracia. You saw her name on the passport, but before when I said her name is Gracia, you didn't seem to recognize it. Are you sure? We checked the submersible. There was nothing there. She took it.
Why would I need that trash? I'm not going to Villiers.
Moving on. Did you continue watching her after this?
I did. She had a face like an archipelago with those birthmarks. And a body hard and lean and bruised all over. Black and yellow. I could see she's taken a beating. I could see who she was, too. A spook. On the run. Revachol's the cloaca of capital now. All the bagmen and arms dealers end up here to do drugs and have sex like animals.
You could tell she was a spook? From the documents?
She had different color hair on the photo. And glasses. Forged. Some sordid bourgeois affair. I've heard about this kind of thing on the radio.
He's setting it up for you. The bruises. You can't make that out in a scope.
And you could see her bruises through the scope of a rifle.
You can't see bruises through a scope. It's just a blur.
How does he know those minute details about her body? Because he was peeping at her? Through the hole. Shit, but this is not a good chance. You wanted to punish her, so you killed him.
She practically breastfed that man. You wouldn't believe the things she let him do to her.
He shakes his head and stares at the ashes.
You stare at them too. In your mind, her innocence day still turns to leaf. Airport bag in hand. Silks flowing in her wake.
This has got nothing to do with that. Try to forget it.
It's no good, Harry. Her voice rings in the evening air. It smells of burning buildings.
She did deserve a good punishing. I hate women too, you know? I'm not like that. I don't think like that. Men are insane. Say nothing.
The old man raises his gaze. Something glimmers in the corner of his black eye. A bitter taste on his tongue.
You had feelings for that woman.
There's nothing to hold on to. Only this. It's not enough.
The coals of his eyes glisten suddenly, like stones dripping with water. Is he crying?
Man needs to feel something else. In this fight, it helps if you have your eye on something there. It's weakness, I know.
There have been others?
Yes, over the years. It's not unproletarian to feel something.
Was that why you left the dried flowers behind her window?
No.
He starts to shake his head again, a sunflower on a withered stalk. Why then?
I don't really know. I was there one night and she was crying, like a child. in the corner of her room on the floor, like she does sometimes.
When was this?
The day after I killed him.
And you brought her Mabel's.
Yes. I don't know why I do the things I do anymore.
It's as if something put the thought there to leave the flowers.
Say nothing. Something put the thought in you, a compulsion. You wanted to manipulate her. You wanted to console her.
Maybe. I told you, I have holes in my brain now. I wouldn't just sit here waiting for you. If you came 10 years ago, I would have killed you.
In the silence, the lieutenant draws a line in his notes. One more down. He must have climbed to the roof, maybe.
How did you get close enough to see her bruises, Mr. Dross? You climbed, right? You climbed behind her window like the crab man. How good are those fucking eyes of yours? You use binoculars?
I have my ways.
You've been through the secret route behind the whirling in rags. Those were your footprints. You just changed your shoes.
I've been through all of Martinez. Every nook and cranny.
Thank God, the lieutenant is picking it up.
But that nook too?
Yes, that too. The things they did in that little room. What she'd do to feel good. Funny the way light works. You turn it on inside, and it gets so dark out, you can't see a man looking in. I learned that in the 20s, when they were still hunting me. I've seen people do some shit, but...
Those two took the cake. You hear the familiar scribble of the lieutenant's pen. A quick glance at you. One more loose end down. We're doing this, detective.
How did you get in there? The hidden pinball workshop.
I can just walk in there now after a good wash. I told you, they think I'm an antisocial. Closing hour is a good time. The kitchen's empty.
You had to open the steel door in the kitchen? How?
I got that open a long time ago. Some bourgeois game merchant lived there. I don't know, 15 years ago. He left spare keys all over, and I took one. Then I saw her turn the light on one night in my scope.
Andy found use for it. A spare key, like the one hanging behind the Union Box window.
One more thing. The flowers, Mr. Dross. The dried flowers that were on the roof.
What about them?
There. He's already admitted to it. Just ask.
So, in conclusion, it wasn't about him, it was about her. Ah. Did you leave the dried Mabels behind her window?
I did. I shouldn't have. It was a mistake.
Why did you?
I was there one night, and she was crying, like a child, in the corner of her room, on the floor.
Wait, we already had this.
I'd never seen her do that. The day after I... Yes?
It's as if something put the thought there to leave the flowers.
What do you mean, put?
A brief flash of terror.
I just got this feeling from what you said. Do you agree?
Maybe. I told you. If you came...
In the... One more down.
Her.
He repeats, staring at the ashes. Then there is a twitch in the corner of his eye.
The lieutenant nods at you in acknowledgement. That's it. Motive. We have it.
Where is she, that Clasier? I haven't seen her there for days.
Safe and sound, sire. Surely you have not misplaced the witness.
She got away. We don't know where she is. She got away, but she let us here first. She figured out someone was watching her from the sea fort. We arrested her. I'm not at liberty to say. I'm gonna tell the truth.
Gone. I knew it. She kept staring into the scope this last week at the island, like she knew. She'd look at night, crying or smoking on the roof, staring right into me. It doesn't matter.
Across the water, on a dilapidated jetty in a nameless village, made of grey cinder block houses with Eternite roofs, 2 police officers and 1 special consultant look across a narrow strip of sea. He's there, doing what exactly I don't know. Satellite Officer Vic Mayer points at the ruins. Behind that anti-aircraft something. That's why we can't see him. Special Consultant Heidelstein is optimistic. We'll see the boat when he comes. Let's go get a coffee until then. I know this interesting little place. Where? His voice trails off as the 3 walk down the jetty. As the men go, Patrol Officer Minnow looks back over her shoulder at the crumbling fortification like a rotten tooth rising out of the water. Good luck, Harry, she thinks. You need something good for this.
We could get more. We've got him talking.
Who knows what he's seen and done over the years? You could get more out of him. He likes talking.
Been looking at anything else you haven't liked?
A tragic comedy. Druggies, prostitutes, and rentiers.
More specifically?
Specifically, the whole city is a charnel house. Stripped clean and draped in neon. But Martinez is the worst.
How come?
Because of the racists. Everyone is a racist in Martinez. It's their favorite thing to do in the whole world. Listening to race-themed radio shows. In the ruins, in their lorries. Pumped full of steroids and Radio Revachol 92. Race this, race that. It's all sanctioned by that Social Democratic Union and the farce of a Social Democrat who runs it.
Mr. Clare?
Yes, the fly larva in his container. He let some nihilistic advertising yuppies erect a statue of Philippe III, a syphilitic murderer, on the town square, to spit on the working class.
Let him finish, do not interrupt.
Not since the serfs of ancient Pericarnassus has history produced a more inert social class than the Martinez proletariat. The rest of Revachol at least pretends to rebuild. These people still live in ruins. In tents, like animals, like those boom-boom morons on the ice. A pity they didn't drown in that tent of theirs.
He keeps shaking his head with sorrow for the sight he missed. Is that all?
The worst of them is the blood-drenched Sucrion on her yacht, licking her lips. The old whore's gone now. Her gun-toting porcelain men are dead. So, actually, no. The worst is that old cock parading around in his uniform, throwing balls all day. It's not enough that the racists and liberals are dancing on our graves. The old loyalist ghouls still parade the ruins too. Every morning he's there, while the parasites he fought to protect are off in Ozon, or Quayamoran, or some other island they built their palaces on, feeding on drugs and having sex with their own children.
Okay then.
That's all the rich really want. Sex with their own children. Throughout history, even the royal bloodline of the suzerain, it's all just an excuse for them to have sordid sex. At least that old cunt Frisell is now dead.
Just not.
We did good when we pushed him under that horse car. If only, in the 30s, those disco whores.
What follows is ominous mumbling. You cannot make out a single word.
The disco whores are too much. Hatred shuts down his brain's language center, leaving only a nonsensical sputter. There was something about a statue and nihilistic advertising agency people. Might be worth investigating. Ask about that cock on parade too. Make sure you get everything here.
Disco horse.
Horse.
Is all he says. Even that word has to be pushed through his teeth with great force. The rage thief is too hard. There was something about this statue on the roundabout and syphilis.
Syphilis is a disease Philip III contracted in a whorehouse. The statue is an abomination.
Abomination.
The bacteria entered his brain and made him squander trillions on sparkling wine, cocainum, and monuments of himself. His son, Philip IV, the insane, contracted syphilis in the womb.
That is technically possible, although Philippe III was not actually syphilitic. He was just mad.
And he still went on to govern Revachol for 25 years. We lost 2 million lives toppling that mode of government. And those grotesque statues too. Hundreds of them.
But it's still there.
What a keen remark. Yes, it is, isn't it? It's still there. Do you know why?
Because you forgot to take it down. Because the king is holy and his statues are indestructible. Because the king is holy and his statues are indestructible, but mean it ironically. Because cynical advertising yippies erected a deconstructed version of it.
That's right. Some advertising cockroaches erected a cynical deconstruction of it. We tore it down with honest working-class plastic explosives. And there it is again. Art is a bourgeois establishment. It's an affront to humanity. Every gallery should be bulldozed, and the artists should all be given 30 years of hard labor in Yekokata.
The bullet hole in Philippe's heart. He'd been shot in the heart. By him. Forget about that. Something much more noteworthy goes off in your brain. Could it have not been that?
Actually, it was not deconstructed so much as captured in the moment of the explosion. It was you. You shot the statue. There was a bullet hole in his heart.
I did. A needless, sentimental gesture. I should have spared the bullet for a deformed monster of liberal capitalism. Shameful, really.
Yes, shameful. So many others to punish over the years. Isn't that right, detective?
What are you talking about?
It's not a monument to Philippe III anymore. It's a monument to the monument of Philippe III exploding.
What is this madness?
The lieutenant, too, has cocked his head and is looking at you with a strange expression.
It's not madness, it's a monument to what you did, to your program of de-statuing Revachol.
So you're saying it's a communist monument now?
Not only.
Yes, and furthermore, the design bureau people are probably left-wing too. They often are.
We did always have the prettiest posters. Maybe you're right. That is how dialectics work. But understand this. Art is still a bourgeois institution. And they all should still be sent to Yekokata.
Typical far-left treachery, repressing your own people. I don't know about that, could we not?
Don't be squeamish. It is commonplace to relocate the workforce as the need arises. All nations do it. It's called settlement. Some kind of bourgeois fascist.
That's it for the statues then. Tell me, Mr. Dross.
The fat union man let them put it there. Corrupt as he is. Probably got a fat check for it too. Shared with the law.
Accusations of corruption. Push them aside with a sharp change of topic, officer. Put the heat on him.
By the cock parading in his colorful uniform, you mean René?
Every fucking morning. For 34 years. Throwing that ball. One ball against the other. I've always loathed that game. That is not a working class game. I don't care what they say on Radio June. Royalist ghouls played like it was life itself. Click, clack across the water each day. And that uniform, like a parrot plumage. I won't even mention that he's a traitor to his race. A petank maniac race traitor.
Just not. Now I don't know about. Whoa, let's back off before you get too agitated.
I remember him. I remember him from La Noce. Not him personally, his make and model. There were tens of thousands of them. I thought we took them all out before the Liberals came to their rescue. We missed one. That one.
With his shaky finger, he points to the city, towards the crater near the plaza, where a lonely pine tree stands.
There doesn't seem to be a single person under the pine today. Not even Gaston. Alone.
There is no one there.
Fat and plump. Like a pheasant. Just begging to be popped off. Please, Mr. Dross. Shoot me.
You'd like to kill him.
Not yet. I like to look at him strut around, place the crosshair on his medals, right on his face, and just fiddle the trigger. Think about it. Let the bomb melt in my mouth.
Save the treat for later?
He is a juicy bonbon, that one. A real treat for the black day. The blackest. When I put that gun in my own mouth, I think. No, don't waste it. Put this lead in that cock, René. For the boys he killed. And then I look at him throw those balls, and I suddenly feel better. I even hid one bullet, so I'd always have one for him. Haven't seen him around lately, strutting around. Must be down with arthritis. I hope it hurts like hell. I hope he sweats blood.
Hearing it may destabilize him. You sure you've gotten everything from him?
Bad arthritis, yes. He's not praying this week. René is dead. He died of old age a couple of days ago.
No.
Yes.
I waited too long. I waited too long and now he's dead?
I'm sorry, Mr. Dross. I understand you knew him for a long time.
They're all dead now. Fuck it.
If he really wanted to kill him so bad, he would have done. There must have been 1,000 black days on these islands. His health ailing.
You had 1,000 chances to kill him.
And I blew them all. What does it matter now? He's gone. Ancient dust.
He reminded him of himself. The same hatred. The same. You try to think of something else, but no. It's just hatred.
You cared about him.
All human beings care about each other. I cared for seeing his head explode. Now, God damn this world.
Are you okay, Mr. Dross, to go on?
You think I haven't seen people die? It's all I've seen them do. Fuck and die. All the other plans we had. To love. To colonize the Pale. It's all fucked.
He's not okay. This is just another black day in a row of black days. Something strange is keeping him together, making him endure. An idea told to him by grown-ups from radio towers and leaflets in beautiful print when he was still a teenager. Everything is possible if we fight. And then he lost it. So did they all.
You mentioned the Union is social democratic, and Mr. Clare a farce of a social democrat.
I don't want to talk about goddamn social democrats. Traitors is all they are. Brain dead.
Rene still presses on his mind.
I'm glad we talked about this.
Glad we talked about what?
Okay, can I get this composure check? That's it for now, old man. Stay put.
I ain't going anywhere.
Should I get more composure? This scarf gives me minus composure actually. I guess I can put 2 more points into it if I want to. But it's a white check, right? It's not a red check. I don't have much time to play, maybe for only 20 more minutes or less, so probably I'm not gonna be able to finish this game this episode. Fuck.
The old man stares despondently at the logs. It's like he's forgotten you're there.
Access his body language. Odd flower behavior.
For a 60-year-old man with stomach trouble, who spent his entire life alone on an uninhabited island, he seems surprisingly fit.
That's it? Squint at him.
He's prone to erratic hand gestures and clearly malnourished. But that's it. You can see no more by looking at his slouched frame. The moment passes, and you say,
more composure.
The old man stares despondently at what strikes you about this gaunt man is not the stomach pain, or the cough, or the malnutrition. It's precisely what you could not see before. For a man who spent 44 years hidden in the urban wild.
He's surprisingly okay.
Indeed, he speaks fluidly. His movements are rapid, if erratic. His voice, despite the cough, is there. It is capable of expressing complicated ideas. Above all, he seems animated.
Animated? By what?
It's a mystery. This animation comes at a cost too. Erratic hand gestures, thought processes cut off like threads, as he just stares at the logs or the reeds. He also suffers mood swings, bubbling to the surface, unconstrained by his nervous system. Great leaps of emotion, from anger to grief.
Dementia?
Despair.
Wait, dementia?
You've seen demented people before. This feels similar, yet different. When his thoughts move, they are lucid, keen even, not senile.
Wouldn't a foul temper be a byproduct of his life?
Perhaps, but his seems more than that. The inner turmoil takes unexpected turns, as if forced on him in a way. In summary, you sense some underlying neurological disorder.
Mr. Dross, are you okay? How is your memory?
No, I'm not okay. I shit blood, and I'm surrounded by insane people.
There it is again. Erratic hand motions, bouts of rage, and the stomach thing too, of course.
I thought that was obvious that he's a cuckoo, so that wasn't that important to learn, but okay, whatever. Joseph Lilianovich Dross, you are under arrest for the murder of Alice Courtenaire.
What? But you said I would be taken to the...
This terror is the sum of all the uncontrollable movements and mood swings he's been exhibiting.
Your Wayfarer rights have been suspended. Information provided to the officers on the scene will be used against you by the prosecution. You will be given legal counsel within 1 week and must face court in 44 days. Do you understand? Do you understand?
But...
He's afraid. Do you understand, sir?
No, I don't want to. I have to stay here.
He looks at the reeds, eyes submerged in growing terror.
He's sweating. Beads are forming on his forehead.
Your confirmation is not required, sir. Now on to the boat.
What is this? First say, does it have room for free? Wait. I can't upgrade my perception better.
Not really. We could escort him to the pier, then either one of us can take him inland while the other stays here, but...
But then, who watches him while you're coming back here?
Who watches him there while I come back for you?
You come back for me? How about I go and send a boat back for you?
What is this farce? This is a fucking farce. I can't.
Lillian, you could ask her maybe.
Maybe I can just ask that net picker to watch him.
This is no harmless old man.
This fucking world. This world. What is this?
Below the confusion and rage, a feat of jamais vu like yours, the thought passes, more pressing matters take its place.
No, listen. Listen now.
Am I hearing my partners coming here? You could come back for me once you have taken him to the precinct. I could come back for you once I have taken him to the precinct. Wait.
There it is again. To your north, as it has been since you came to the coast. The reeds whisper, stalks rubbing against each other. But then, in the middle of it...
What?
Something completely different. It sounds like a bow, very slowly being drawn against the strings of a violin. A very small violin, made of reeds and rushes.
Maybe there is room for 3 on the boat.
And then it's gone, drowned out by the lieutenant's voice. Okay, so you're saying we can all fit in there. Shush! Kim, do you hear that?
What?
What are you talking about? Is this... really us?
Your skin crawls.
What is happening? An airship? Wait, what the fuck? Insurgent Phasmid. It looks like a reed. And it's fucking huge. Holy shit.
A delicate tangle of arms and legs unfolds from the reeds, limb by limb, to then just stand there, moving its scythe-like arms in ghostly silence.
The fuck? If I didn't succeed this red check, would I miss this completely? But it's kinda weird that this task was related to the main task, so I wouldn't able to catch this Phasmid while Lena still was in reversal. What is that? Point to it.
What are you talking about?
The old man looks at the reeds, then at you. The giant stick insect. Well, Kim sees it.
There's nothing there.
He looks confused.
The stick insect is over 3 meters tall. It looks straight at you with its tiny pinprick eyes and its grotesquely small head. You feel your legs shaking under you and your gun hand rise instinctively.
I have finally gone insane. Put your head in your hands. There is! I see it!
Tell me what you see, damn it. I can't make out one small thing in the reeds.
Kim, can you see it?
I can see it.
Nice.
4 simple words, thank God. If he can see, then you're not insane. But that means it's really there, spinning slowly, in absolute silence, its limbs long and slender.
Be very, very careful.
The lieutenant whispers, then takes a step towards the giant arthropod. What the hell is going on? Suddenly. Okay, I don't need more composure anymore, right? Wait for me to bring up my stats back. Why are you not running away?
The creature stands on long stilt-like legs, antennae hanging from its head like a woman's hair, white and curled at the tips. It is no more than 5 steps away from you. The segmented antennae move with apprehension, searching for something that's not there. Reed-like tufts stick out of its joints. As the insect moves its forearms, it produces a faint hiss, like a reel-to-reel machine spinning after the tape breaks. The hiss is different from the strings you heard before. It says something else in a lower pitch.
Let's check. Lena's childhood experience. Your corpse will be marked by stars. Let the pheromone on thick. It's still on me. Listen carefully. This is the Insulintian phasmid.
It is.
The lieutenant whispers behind you. You hear the familiar ring of his jacket unzipping slowly. Oh, he's taking the photo of it. Painstakingly so.
You glance over your shoulder. The lieutenant holds a piece of milled aluminium. He begins to pull it open, extremely carefully. It's the camera.
Are you sure you won't scare it off?
We need a photo. No one will believe us.
From the corner of your eye, you see a sudden cascade of motion ripple through the phasmid's limbs. A series of ultrasonic clicks fills your ear.
Stop. Let me approach it first.
I won't be one of those fools who didn't take a picture.
He has stopped fiddling with the camera but does not put it down.
He's letting his pride get in the way. You see the phasmid turn to him, its mandible antennae reaching out. Its motions are quick, sudden.
Who cares what they think, Kim?
Understood. Of course.
The spindly mechanism turns itself back to you, its antennae taking their measure of the air. Slowly.
Alright. Do not fail me. Electrochemistry. I do have one more point, right? Approach carefully. Yes.
Slowly, with your breath held, you take 2 small steps toward the phasmid. The creature lets out a series of ultrasonic clicks that swarm around your head like swallows. Like laughter, a sort of happiness. The tracheal system on the creature's abdomen expands in front of you to take in and expel air. It's smelling you. Hissing and clicking, it extends its mandible-like antennae to greet you. You're right below it now, looking up at the colossal chitin of its white limbs. The head of the creature is crowned by reeds, and its eyes are like small droplets of water.
Look behind you. It's smelling me.
Maybe it is real. The pheromone.
About now, he is ready to believe in anything. The insect's head is crowned with reed-like scales, the shape of seed heads. They rustle as the air moves. The ventricles at its abdomen continue expanding, like lunglets. Breathing you in, your sour, greasy semiochemicals on the breeze.
Raise your hand slowly.
The insect stops its stridulation, seeming to observe you. Below its crown of reeds, little pinprick eyes detect motion, glittering. The world stands still around you. Suddenly, there is silence.
I think I shouldn't do that. Put your hand down.
The invertebrate comes back to life, stridulating. Sets of complex eyes follow you, moving in tandem on either side of the insect's small head.
I'm kinda scared of talking to it. Hello, I'm Harry. I don't really know who I am. Okay, Kim, take the picture.
Okay.
There is no change in the insect's motion while it's being aimed by the camera. It remains fixated on you.
In 3. If it moves, you jump back. I'll shoot. Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
The shrill flash of the camera cuts the air like the blade of a sword. The phasmid freezes in its bright light. Head turned toward the lieutenant, hypnotized by the flash. It stands frozen before you.
Man, this is so fucking beautiful, this picture. I kinda wanna cry even, because, man, it means that cryptozoologists were right. I was neutral to them. I wasn't super skeptical, but yeah. I hope that we can show this picture to them.
I got it.
And Kim used his last resource to make this photograph, right? He doesn't have anymore. He said he only had 2 ampoules. Here's the lieutenant whisper as the creature's shape develops onto photo paper in his hand, a polychrome ghost of white streaks against the reeds and the sky, and you as a shadow before it.
Immortalized.
Ooh. Slowly reach out and touch the creature's whisker.
The antennae hang from a great height. With your hand shaking, you barely touch the tip of the left whisker. On contact, the chitin curls into a spiral, like the tip of a poison ivy. Its touch on your fingertip feels cold, ticklish. It is surprisingly delicate, the curly end of the whisker, like a young vine. It's even a bit wet.
Be careful, detective. It's moving.
Look at your finger.
You were right. It glistens with some kind of moisture. The creature in front of you stays frozen.
Lick your finger.
It tastes like sugar, very faint. The anthropod towers above you, tufts of reeds pointing from limb and head alike. Odorless, mostly comprised of water.
Carefully pet its scythe-like forearm.
The limb before you is incredibly light, like eggshell. It's much lighter than a reed. You feel a soft push could tip the creature over. Its hollow exoskeleton collapsing.
Run your hand up the slender limb higher. I'm not gonna endanger it. Pull your hand away.
A sudden shiver passes the limb. Looks like the creature is awakening. Wave by wave from its stupor. Some sort of countdown process is happening. That's all you have time to think.
We got it. Back off.
Another shudder pulses through the creature's limbs. It jolts back to life, like a record continuing where it left off, in a swaying, praying motion. Even the small black pearls of its eyes do not stray from you.
Hello, I'm Harry. I don't really know who I am.
No reply. A total ancient silence comes from its mouth, along with what appears to be some kind of foam. The stridulations of its limbs continue all around you.
Stand on your tiptoes and look more closely.
You were right. Little bubbles form on the mouth parts of the creature, on its segmented lower lip. It looks to be foaming, slowly. The foam is white, then yellowish. The faintest smell like you've never felt before, like burnt roses.
Kim, it's foaming.
Careful. It may be poisonous.
The foam slowly turns a darker shade, like burnt caramel, as the insect moves its mouth parts, masticating. The little bubbles begin to burst, one by one, letting out that same smell, like summer burning. Apricot blossoms, white blossoms erupting, a sensation like cold hands on your face.
Tell me, what are you doing? Spoke to the hangman. Did not give up on phasmid. Oh, tasted it. Nose of Parthenogenesis.
I exist.
Oh. Okay. Inland Empire go crazy. I exist too.
Tell me what it's like for you.
Fire. Burning. It's wunderbar. I'm you. If I tell you, what will happen?
Then I will tell you what it's like for me.
I am you.
What is your illness?
My body aches. I am bleeding. I'm ill in my head. I am insane. That's how it is for me. In my heart. For me, it's sadness. Input after input.
For me, it is not like that. I have states, not emotions. For example, I experience excitement and unexpected sugar rewards. But that is not important. Now I will tell you how it is for me. For me, it is a series of half-lit images, a kind of darkness, being intruded upon, transient, dim, moist.
Intruded upon by what?
Shapes of plants and animals, and internal sensations. A swarm of sounds, tiny vibrations on the inside of my forearms. All speak of complexities totally beyond my understanding. I am at the end of a narrow funnel, weightless, so light, it only feels like something to be me. In truth, perhaps I'm nothing. I certainly do not have a soul, and if I did, it would never ache.
You are the type of animal I would like to be. I'm glad to be me, an incredibly insensitive instrument.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm sure. Why do you ask? No, I'm not. Why are you asking?
Sometimes, when molting, I will grow a lost limb. One time something went wrong, and a small leg replaced a missing antenna.
That's absolutely nothing. That's cool. A small leg, that's horrible.
Yes, the leg tried to move around independently, making it hard to walk.
You don't have a foot there now.
Yes, thankfully someone ate it. The next time I molded, I grew an antenna again.
I am a detective.
So am I. I was born to detect sucrose rewards and semiochemicals. What were you born to detect?
Also that. The killer. I was born to detect you.
Yes. No one detected me for such a long, long time. For thousands of years. I dithered, out of sight. Trapped myself in greenery.
This is my masterpiece. No, this is just an accident.
No one believed I exist. Almost no one. Until you came, detective. Dripping off blood that smells like strawberries. Across the calm sea. The first in 1,000 years.
Is this a dream? What is happening?
No, you're awake. I am real. Light is forming me. This is real.
Where does this came from? All this, all around us, the world.
Not even the birds know that. Not even the water lily.
Then all we can do is beat our fists against it, day after day, with no answer. We need to know, perhaps it's sent to us by a god.
You can also eat it. If it's a leaf, you can put it in your mouth. Yum yum. Or read.
What exactly are you?
I am an unknown species of the order Phantasmodia, endemic to the Insulindian Insula. For the last 350 years, I have hidden in plain sight, masquerading as the reeds, molting, cloning myself, unfolding at night to play with trash bins and boys. I went unnoticed by the first settlers and the land surveyors of the suzerain. Also, by the soldiers of the revolution and the officials of the occupation. Even the Seminese islanders who came here first, but did not stay, have not seen me.
Did you mess with Gracia's documents.
And the 4,000-year-old Ceresolithic civilization buried so deep in the sediment that you do not even know it is there. They too did not see me.
I have stayed hidden through 4 forms of government and 2 scientific revolutions. 3, if you count stone tools. Until I was accidentally discovered by a detective of the Citizens Militia in Revershaw, district of Martinez, March 51.
Was there an ancient Ceresolithic civilization?
Yes, with stone tools and silk, they too missed me. Although I had not developed the mutation needed for parthenogenesis yet, and scoured the Neolithic hinterland as distinct individuals, not clones.
That's insane. I have to...
No, you are. The moral of our encounter is, I am a relatively median life form, while it is you who are a total extreme madness. A volatile simian nerve system ominously new to the planet. The Pale too came with you. No one remembers it before you. The Nidarians do not. The radially symmetrics do not. There is an almost unanimous agreement between the birds and the plants that you are going to destroy us all.
Wait, the Pale is human-made?
It is a nervous shadow cast into the world by you, eating away at reality. A great, unnatural territory. Its advent coincides with the arrival of the human mind.
I don't have that kind of power.
You're a violent and irrepressible miracle. The vacuum of cosmos and the stars burning in it are afraid of you. Give me enough time, you will wipe us all out and replace us with nothing. Just by accident.
How?
We suspect it will be something like the oxygen holocaust that wiped out anaerobic life 2.6 billion years ago, when organisms first started breathing. Only much worse.
Yeah, as we know, Pale will cover the whole world in 27 years.
Instead of air, you exhale thoughts. There are no trees that eat thoughts.
You mean Pale is memories? Pale is liquid or maybe gas, memories, thoughts, history. Worse how? So animals don't have history. Humanity does, and by making so many historic events, they make this substance, the Pale, that is going to cover this whole world, just overwhelm it with its existence. Is that what you mean? Worse how?
Everything your eyes touch goes back there, behind the nose mirror. What if you blink? Are we still here? Please don't blink. What if he misplaces us all one day, or just forget?
Okay, I need to not blink, and it's a very interesting concept of this world building. So Phasmid is not the one that is irregular, it's humans that who are irregular to this world. We are the anomaly. Blink, quick. I always thought this way. But I want to blink and undo 12 billion years of matter expansion. I have already forgotten the whole world once when I drank too much. I will be extra careful not to blink, stick, insect, don't worry.
Please be. Or one day, one of you will close your eyes and sigh, and open them to see that none of this ever existed.
Oh, I thought I would miss on dialogue. Let's go back.
No, the Pale too. It is a nerve. You're a violent. We suspect.
Instead of air, you
Everything your eyes touch goes back there. No, you're only thinking it now. This is a revelation. So it is already happening. Soon, one of you will close your eyes and open them to see that none of this ever existed.
Kim, am I having a violent epileptic seizure?
It doesn't look like that, no.
What does it look like?
You're just staring at it.
Then I think I'm having a vision about the final fate of mankind. Nothing, just looking at the stick insect. Everything is normal.
Okay. Is it somehow related to the case?
Sort of. No, I told you what it's about, our fate. The case is meaningless compared to this. I have totally transcended the case.
I think you should back away from the unstudied species now.
I have to say goodbye now. I have no more thoughts. That was all.
No, there is one more.
No, there are no more thoughts. Of all the creatures I have met, you are the kindest. Of all the creatures I have met, you are the scariest. Of all the creatures I have met, you are the most beautiful.
Thank you. I also have one more thing to say to you before you go. That woman. Turn from the ruin. Turn and go forward. For all mankind.
I will.
She was held on Earth. It doesn't take a 3-meter stick insect to tell you that.
Disengage slowly.
As you're turning away, the phasmid mirrors your movements, stepping on the water, the long limbs carrying its feather weight without breaking its surface.
Damn, it can cross the sea just like that.
Just like that, it's gone, skating away across the sea's calm mirror like a skipping stone, leaving nothing but circles on the water.
So it's not high enough to step on the seafloor, it's gliding on this water surface.
And something under it, in the place it stood, bobbing there, among the reeds, a collection of items.
It's gone.
That was a lot. It can walk on water.
Apparently, yes. Like a water strider. Only, I've never seen anything like that in my life.
What is that in the reeds?
Looks like a nest of some sort. We should have a look.
Eggs of his crones? What now?
What now?
The old man behind you repeats suddenly. He's put his hand into the ash. It's dirty and black.
In some kind of strange, semi-catatonic state.
Our suspect is not looking so good. We need to check on him.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I don't have any more time to play this game. I need to go. I have some business to attend to, so I will end this episode here and maybe add my thoughts about this whole phenomenon next time. So stay tuned and yeah, thanks for watching. Bye.